What is it? B&B wraps, Maconi and back, right? That's all I need.
Yep.
Drivers, start your engines!
Welcome everybody to Season 6, Race 1 here at Charlotte in the TDR Vets and First Responders League. I'm joined in the booth tonight by Jay Donham and Tommy Aber. Jay, how you feeling tonight, buddy?
Man, welcome to Season 6 of the Vets and First Responders League. 14 cars on track, Charlotte, North Carolina. Home of racing. I say let's wrap them up. Let's get this season started, boys. Woohoo! Tommy,
Heck,
how are you tonight, bud?
I just gonna say, heck yeah, it's been a long 2 weeks without being able to get together, watch these guys put it down there on the pavement. I'm fired up, man. I'm real fired up about this one.
Absolutely. We got on track tonight. We got Ryan Shelton, Devin Zimmerman, and last year's champion is back to defend, Ethan Thompson. I understand Ryan Shelton's going to be doing a full season this year, so let's see how he can play this one out. Devin Zimmerman, our season 4 champion, is out there picking up where they pretty much left off. Andrew Bisnet finished off in third last year. He's out there, and he's looking really racy tonight. So 4 of our new Maconi setup shop drivers, so congratulations to them for that, as we're getting ready to wrap up or start season 6 here at Charlotte.
6 seasons, 6 trophy boards from B&B Wraps. Who knows what they're racing this season for from Maconi Setup Shops? Who knows what Back Charities is going to throw into the mix? This is going to be one heck of an event this evening. I expect we're going to see a few more cars out there than usual.
Yeah, season opener always brings out everybody that's out here. Hopefully, we can keep these guys. If you guys do rewatch this broadcast, please, please come out every week. Just ask Ethan Thompson. It was because of his coming out every week. Gave him enough points to earn that season championship last year over Ryan Shelton, Devin Zimmerman, and Andrew Bisnett. So you just got to show up every week. Every point counts. We've seen it happen before. A start in park kind of saved Devin's season from him dropping out of that and losing that McCody setup shop. So
If you
it's
have
one
to, you
heck of a
have
night.
to. If you
That's
have to,
it.
you have to. It's better to log in and get your name up there on the board, get those valuable points, with a field of less than 30 cars, every point matters so much more. And I love how you mentioned Ryan Shelton being out here. He was a name no one will forget from last season. He came in a little late, a little too late to get it done seasons point wise. But I want to watch out for him. He brought a lot of speed, brought home a couple W's in season 5.
He had 7 on the season, 7, and still did not win the championship. That's where the points matter.
That's
That's
how
what
much it
showing up
matters.
is. That's what showing up does. And here's a big if Devin Zimmerman didn't have that starting park that 1 week, he would have fell out of the top 5 and would not have received that McConey setup shop. Ever so important new sponsorship he's got on the car, and that car looks really good out there tonight. So we are definitely in for a hot season. Starting out here at Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm not sure if anybody saw the race, the Coca-Cola 600, but man, what a race it was. We're going 90 laps tonight. So not as long, but it's still just exciting. As you can see, they did learn a lot. They're starting to get around that top side, and that is the preferred line now. Middle to top seems to be the places to run. So especially with the next gen cars. Tommy, been seeing that week after week with these guys, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been seeing it week after week, not just here on the iRacing service, but also on the real world NASCAR circuit. These next gen cars have produced a level of racing that's much different than what we're used to seeing. It seems to be very tight, very compact. It always comes down to the last lap, except those rare occasions where someone moves into another zip code on some of those shorter banked tracks. But I'm looking forward to this season. I think a lot of new cars on the track. I want to give a quick shout out to Brian Boyd. He'll be running in the 78. We teased his car a little bit, running for Mission 22. Has a couple names on the back of his car. So he watched the last 3 or 4 broadcasts we did and decided this was something he wanted to get into. I helped him get set up with it, so I wanted to give a quick shout out to him. I expect to see that Mission 22 car on track tonight, rocking the red, white, and blue.
And that car looks awesome. Welcome, Brian Boyd. He is out of the Navy. He is a Sergeant 12 Bravo Combat Division. So we got another Army guy out there. And good to see out there again, Ryan Walter, who took a little bit of a break, had knee surgery, is back in car tonight. He is active Navy. And he's actually an MP and a volunteer firefighter. So he's
Yeah,
on both sides, both of vets and first
the,
responders.
the
So good
same
to see him.
time, the same time, I got to spend some time over the pit wall with Brian Boyd. I got to spend some time with Ryan Walter as well. He's feeling good. He's feeling relatively fit, and he's ready to come out here and compete.
There's another name up there, Tyler Bowers, who, he's been relatively quick. If anybody saw the broadcast last night, he was up there fighting for the, top 5. So we got a couple of quick guys out there that are out there. Captain Paul Vosberg, who graciously is going to send us our t-shirts from last season. Thank you very much, Captain Paul Vosberg out there, number 21. Great to see him back out here tonight.
Absolutely.
Can't say enough about any Larry Patrick. He's been here a couple times. Like to see you stay the whole season. Robert Cochran, as you mentioned, Brian Boyd, Stephen Green, who chimes in the chat every once in a while. I'm not sure if he may have a job which he goes to, which may not allow him to race all the time. But if you're racing, obviously, if you're a firefighter, EMT, things like that, that job comes first. And great that they can chime in. But it'd be great to see all these guys out here. 14 cars. I'd love to see you get up to 20, 25. I mean, if we fill this field out, that'd be great. But 14 is a great start. I'm loving what I'm
Absolutely.
seeing, especially tonight out there. So
Yeah,
we
and
are.
we alluded in the some of the pre-race coverage that we shared out to the iRacing groups. We would have some special guests hosting for us on occasion. And I see we do have Andy Shaner up in the booth with us this evening. I don't know if his mic's on yet, but if he is, Andy, what are you looking forward to going into race 1, season 6 of the Vets League?
What's up, Tommy? Yeah, I had my mic off. I was gonna come in and just kind of listen. You called me out. Tommy, good to see you. I missed you, buddy. This used to be our gig, and we passed it off to 2 fine gentlemen who have done a phenomenal job with this. But
Absolutely.
season 6, I'm looking for a dog fight. And the reason I'm saying this is Ryan Shelton's been out there talking that he is going to win this championship. I've seen 2-3 posts from him. I'm coming to get it. This is
Oh
mine.
yeah. Oh
I'm
yeah.
after this, and I see him at the top of the speed charts right now in practice, but this is race 1. And
Well,
you're not going to win no championship on race 1. And I love seeing new people out here because these new people are going to be given a hard time to these guys who've been driving, for a couple seasons because they don't know what they're going to do. And it's going to make an interesting season.
absolutely. Season 5, we saw 4 guys class of the field after the end of the 5th season. They were all awarded Makoni setup shops. You will be seeing those Makoni setup shop military TDR themed paint schemes out there. But there's a lot of guys that want that top spot too, right? Devin Zimmerman in season 4, forced to be reckoned with, brings home the championship in season 5. Ethan Thompson, super fast. Andrew Bisnett sniffing for a W all season last season. Now, I think this might be the season where Bisnett gets there.
I'm telling you, Tommy, right now, I am loving seeing these Makoni setup shop logos on those 4 drivers. It is amazing what Jeff did for these drivers last season. Announced by himself. The championship in the top, or the winner of the final race, plus the top 3. 4 drivers driving that Makoni setup shop logo. It's a testament not only to what we do that's been recognized, but a testament to Jeff and Makoni setup shop.
We
Absolutely.
we might need to, pull the audience out there in YouTube land as they see these Makoni setup cars going around the track and what their favorite paint scheme is. We've seen, I'm
I've
looking
already
at
got mine. I've already got mine.
I'm looking at Biznet now. He's rocking his number 69 with color with the pink logo like he has. Yeah, you got Devin Zimmerman rocking a cool paint scheme as well. The 93 looking all colorful and all that, mixing in his sponsors. Um,
Yep,
who am I
I
missing
had to
here?
change. I had to change a number over on the pit stalls where we put the numbers in for all the drivers.
Right.
All 4 of the TDR veterans drivers that got the Makoni sponsorship will have a number 9 incorporated within their name.
Yeah, you got Ryan Shelton's number 99 there, looking sleek, the jet black. These paint schemes look awesome. I mean, there's Ethan Thompson's as well sitting on pit road. I mean, these paints look awesome that these guys have made up in a couple weeks. These guys made up these paints.
It's amazing what you can get done with a little bit of help from Makoni, right? You can hop in their Discord. They have painters. They have setup guys. You can go get all the assistance you need. These Makoni setup shop paints that are rolling out tonight look incredible. And I'll tell you, my favorite has to be Devin Zimmerman bringing back that iconic honeycomb grill from season 4.
Yeah, that looks sleek. See if I can get a good view of that. There you go.
Looking good, looking ready to win. Looking ready to win another one.
Thompson Drone Works chimes in on the YouTube chat. Neither Ryan or I are winning the championship. We've already agreed to wreck each other.
Well, after some of the touch and go in season 5, I can imagine that's probably a pretty common sentiment amongst all of them. And again, you got to look at Andrew Bisnett sniffing at that W all long season 5. He's going to get one here in season 6. He's going to put it together. He's going to run that unique pit strategy that works. And I know we like to talk about who our favorites are to win the race. I'm picking Bisnett to win this season.
Yeah,
right here, right now.
He's raced really good for a long time. I've raced with him a long time here in TDR, and he's a good driver. He likes saving his equipment. He'll never say he's good at saving tires, but he's good at saving gas. That might come into play in some of these longer races that these guys have made for us for the season.
Well, and that's one thing about heroes too, right? They're very humble. They won't tell you when they're the best, but there's clearly a bunch of cars out there that bring a lot of speed every night. Whether they deny it or help you be faster, we're in for a big show.
As we look back into the YouTube chat, Andrew Biznett says good luck everyone. Jessica Vosberg says so excited for another season. Tyler Daniels, who TDR is named after and for, thank you for your service and support Tyler Daniels Racing.
Yeah, big shout out to Tyler, right, and the TDR community, not just for hosting this race and the other stuff we do. If it weren't for Tyler, we wouldn't have come together over 2 years ago and built what we've built. So Tyler, out there listening, thank you, buddy. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. We miss Tyler. Glad you're out there cheering these guys on, and good to see you out there racing and getting it on. And I know you're getting ready to go-kart racing, so good luck to you this season with that as well.
Yeah, you guys can follow Tyler in his go-kart career too at TD Family Racing on Facebook. That's where he goes and posts all his go-kart stuff. Sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not, but every time he's there, he's a force to be reckoned with. That's for sure.
All right. Well, looks like we got about 1:50 left in qualifying. So, Tommy, I think it's time to do some sponsorships.
Should we pay some bills?
Yeah.
I mean, we always got to pay the bills here.
Pay the bills. Pay the bills.
We'll start with always.
Me after hours. If you don't pay the bills, they'll cut the lights out.
Right. We'll start with always with B&B Wraps.
Yeah, B&B Wraps every season. Now the 6th season in a row, they will be providing the trophy boards for this season. So the trophy board's a little different than a regular trophy. It's not just a piece of plastic with your name underneath it. It's a handcrafted 3M brand wrap. Wrapped around a piece of wood you can hang on your wall and show to everyone that you were better in that season than the rest of your brothers in arms. They look amazing. And not just trophy boards and stuff like that. They do iRacing paints. And they wrap real life objects up: helmets, small engines, race cars, semi trucks, coffee cups. Whatever you need wrapped, B&B Wraps can do it. Go check them out at facebook.com/b.b Racing Wraps. Huge shout out to Jeremy for doing all that for us.
McConey Setup Shop.
Jeff McConey, a man who needs no introduction within our community and many other communities across the iRacing service. Not just what he does with his charitable outreach, but what the company he has set up has provided. The first registered LLC setup shop, which means they are accountable to the government for what they put out. For $30 a month, you can get every asphalt setup. $50 every month. Every setup they have, another $30. All the dirt setups. They have a paint shop. They have a Bruzzi branded racing gloves with their logos on them. And they sponsor drivers all across the iRacing service and also on the real world circuits. So go check them out, McConeySetupShop.com. It's their setups, but your victories.
Back charities.
Well, since we've got special guest Andy Shaner up in the booth, I could go on and on about all the good things that Back Charities has done for the racing community, both online and in the real world. Andy, you want to tell us a little bit about what you started over at Back Charities?
Oh my goodness! Where do we start? Where do we end? So Back Charities has provided inclusive and charitable works through gaming, entertainment, specifically iRacing and Tyler Daniels Racing. One big project that was done last year was we sent a military veteran to get a procedure. We call it the SGB because nobody can pronounce it.
The stellate ganglion block treatment.
Tommy's the only one that can pronounce it.
It's because of the strange last name.
But we provided that at no expense to the veteran for PTSD treatment, and to this day he has been relieved of his PTSD.
Yeah, we're going on now.
Side effects.
I believe 6 months into that treatment. Is that right, Andy?
Yeah, absolutely, and it's just phenomenal, and it's something we look to do for more veterans like these guys out here on the track, or just veterans in general. So, and we do have one big one coming up in the winter that I do know is scheduled as an event, and then of course our teddy bear event.
Absolutely,
we will be collecting funds for teddy bears for Dayton's Children's Hospital in Dayton, Ohio. We are in talks with them right now. In fact, we have conference calls set up with them to discuss the children getting involved and the drivers sponsoring children at the Dayton Children's Hospital. See how that goes, and hopefully that'll come to fruition. But if you can, $5, $10, $20, if you could set up a monthly donation, that goes so far to helping the vets, as well as other children and other people.
Yeah. Yeah, if we could get
BACCcharities.com.
10 people, if 10 people gave $10 a month, that would be $1,000 a year, which covers about half of one of those treatments.
That is correct. And that treatment is not cheap. We were able to do it. We would love to do it for more. So yeah, if $10, cup of coffee a day to the charity. Yes.
Even less than a cup of coffee. Have you seen the price of things nowadays?
Prices are hefty out there nowadays for anything out there.
The price of everything has gone up except admission to the TDR Veterans and First Responders Only League broadcast over here on Back Sports. It will be free for the remainder of the time they let us do this.
And that's the other thing, Back Charities actually provides everything that goes into this league.
Yep.
The race setups, the hosted sessions for these guys to drive. B&B Wraps provides the championship at their cost, but there's still a cost to getting that. And Back Charities provides that. So
yeah, absolutely.
A little bit of money here and there. It goes a long way. You have no idea. We have been able. Tommy will be able to attest to this. We have been able to stretch a dollar pretty well
all the way
through this charity. So
I know, me as a driver, I'm looking forward to that teddy bear race, and Jay, I'm pretty sure you are as well. We both enjoyed racing in that race last year. If we could tie our car to a kid out there that in need of something, I would be greatly honored. How about you, Jay?
Absolutely, I'd love to race for a child out there who is suffering and needs that little teddy bear. So actually, teddy bears are fun. They're easy to hug, and they're a lot softer than half the drivers out here and half the guys in the booth. So anything that you can do to help would be definitely grateful, and come out and support us in that, because that will be broadcast as well. So as we're wrapping up qualifying here,
Jay, you want to run us down the leaderboard on what we're looking at here coming into the race? We got 1:18 to go.
Absolutely. I can see one thing on the screen, as you can see with me, and driving that McConey setup shops number 99 has not going in. He has taken his laps, but he must be uncomfortable out there tonight, because he's the only one that is extending this and taking full advantage of the 10 minutes. So that tells me a little bit of something about how Mr. Shelton's feeling about his car. But sitting on the pole, Ethan Thompson, last year's champion. In second spot, Devin Zimmerman, the season before that champion, season 4. Behind him, Chuck McDonald. Sitting third, Ryan Shelton in fourth. Tyler Bowers qualifies fifth. Andrew Bisnet comes home sixth. And look at that, they're all within 100ths of each other. Hundredths, not tenths. Hundredths of each other. Stephen Green brings it home 7th. 8th is Ryan Walter. Christopher Rawling brings it home 9th. Robin Parton qualifies 10th. Bradley Hunt 11th, and Robert Cochran rounding out our field, qualifying 12th tonight. And there is nobody that is within a second of the leader. So should be very close racing, should be packed racing. These guys are used to racing with each other. There's a few out there that can shake up the field, but I'll tell you what, look at old Chuck McDonald up there. He is he's been on fire. And Paul Vosberg, Larry Patrick, so we just added more. Brian Boyd, Larry Patrick, and Paul Vosberg.
Brian Boyd, Larry Patrick, look at them.
Now,
they didn't lay down that qualifying time.
The guy who said he's going to go out there and win the championship, and this is how tight this field is. Guy who said he's going to win this championship, say P4.
I'll tell you, our season 5 and season 4 champions are sitting 1 and 2.
Yes, sir. And
Ryan Shelton's got some skill, but I think he may be a little overconfident coming into this situation as we look at all these beautiful paint schemes laid out there on the front stretch.
Tyler Daniels weighs in on the YouTube chat. every time they have the Maconi on their car, it's a Star Spangled Fan, or it's Star Spangled Fast.
You got that
Absolutely.
right, sir. There you go, Charlie. Way to go, Tyler. All right, let's check in with the weather guy. I just checked in with him. Tonight is partly cloudy. The track is 79 degrees, 77-degree ambient temperature. Winds out of the north at 2 miles an hour, so there shouldn't be any crosswinds that are going to cause these guys any havoc out there. So it's going to be a fun night of racing. Track
Yeah.
should be a little
Bradley
tight.
Hunt sneaking in with the last minute qualifying there in P11.
How many laps are we going tonight?
We
Dave?
are going 90.
90.
We're 90
90
laps.
laps here at Charlotte.
We are going.
Eh,
90
we're
laps.
In for
little
some
short of the
pit
Coke
stops,
600.
boys.
That's
Yeah.
right. So we're anywhere in between 37 and 42 is our fuel window, the tire window. They should be able to hold off unless these guys are running fixed setup. So you can't really make too much adjustment except for the steering ratio, and you can add a little bit of camber or to put into the car, take out of it to make these cars a little bit tighter or looser. Other than that, these guys are just about as even as you can get. So sit back, buckle up. Season 6 is about ready to get started here in
I'm looking
less than
forward to it.
2 minutes.
I am
What-
having a
And right
headset issue. I
before-
need to go fix it real quick. I will be back before the green flag drops.
What I'm
Right
looking at,
Before
you
these
get that
guys
fixed.
Take off. Before these guys take off, and we hear from the voice. Now, he is now the voice of TDR, Jay Downham. All you people out there listening, make sure you share this broadcast through your social medias. Share it so that everybody else out there can come out and enjoy these veterans and first responders getting a moment of relaxation and being able to get behind a race car and have some fun. So share that out and let's go racing, boys. Jay, take it away.
You got it. Thank you, Andy. And welcome back to the booth. Welcome to season 6 as these guys are wrapping it up, going down the backstretch there. And the pace car lights are off. So as soon as they come out of turn number 4, we're going to hit the restart zone. And these guys will be off and underway for season 6. Right now, you got Ethan Thompson, Devin Zimmerman, Ryan Shelton, and Chuck McDonald. Now, Chuck usually likes to hold his equipment, so we shall see how that plays out for him. But these guys are looking really good tonight. 90 laps of racing.
Just gonna say that before we go green here. You know, Chuck McDonald qualified P3. He's looking pretty fast out there. This could be a fun race for these guys. Let's have some fun. Let's kick off season 6. Let's go flying.
I told you I'd be back
Let's
before
go.
green.
Our-
Let's go,
our
baby.
guys, our guys in the Maconi setup shops
Green.
are all up front, and let's see what happens.
Green
Go
flag in the air as Ethan Thompson takes it. Gets a good little jump. He's going to go down. Oh, my God. It's right there, right off the bat. We got a spin right off the bat. Two cars get together
That looked
right
like
at the
Chuck.
start.
That looked like Chuck McDonald with the spin.
And Chuck McDonald and Devin Zimmerman is what that looked like here at the beginning here. They just got into each other, and I don't know who came down on who.
Devin Zimmerman gets in front, spins out in front of the field. I'm surprised that these guys did not throw a caution into the remaining green flag here. As now we see Ethan Thompson take out Ryan Shelton. That's going to open it up now. Tyler Bowers, Andrew Biznett, Stephen Green are your top 5. So that's going to be a big shakeup on the field right off the bat. Not even before we get down into turn number 1, these guys are spinning.
We might have to look at that back on a replay back later in the race or later after the race here and see what actually happened there. But you know, Chuck McDonald, Devin Zimmerman just slowly got into each other there at the start.
I am like Jay. I am shocked that there's no caution on that.
Me too.
Yeah, I would have expected race control to throw one, but I mean, sometimes these drivers say no, don't throw one. It's on me, you know. They're gonna go at it here.
But racing is still tight at the front as Ethan Thompson's in the lead. Jay, take us up.
Yeah, Ethan Thompson now takes it out to about a 3 car length advantage over Ryan Shelton. But Ryan Shelton, we saw, not really feeling comfortable at the car at the present moment. I'm sure it's going to be about 10 laps before those tires start to get in. And right behind him, our newcomer Tyler Bowers there, right, followed by Andrew Biznett. So as we roll down for
Tyler Bowers has put some points in throughout the seasons. I wouldn't even say a part-time racer. You know, he gets the car down to the track when he can. He has been out here before, and he shows a lot of speed when he shows up, as we see right now.
Absolutely, as those 3 are now pulling away from Andrew Biznett. So you got Ethan Thompson, Ryan Shelton, and Tyler Bowers, who can put havoc on it. we raced with Tyler a couple of times, and he is fast, and he has taken that higher line, which should be the preferred line around here. I've noticed even with the 600 that the guys like taking that higher line. They were able to stick it up a little bit higher, as well as I can. I'm not sure if anybody remembers this, Tommy, you may, but when Ryan Shelton came in to the league 2 seasons ago, he took that higher line and was able to make some moves on that outside. So he proved that that outside is a preferred line in this car.
Yep, the outside can work. It's hard to affect the pass, right? You have to have just enough drive off. As we see them running side by side here, we're going to find out if that outside line can work.
I'm
As you
still
see,
I'm still waiting for the from Ethan Thompson and Thompson Drone Works coming back saying neither Ryan or I are gonna win this championship. They're racing side by side. Let's get this going, boys.
I think that was just a teaser.
And you take a look at Devin Zimmerman, who's hot every single race usually, and he is falling off the pace. The damage to that car that he took in that spin has got to be hurting him.
Yeah, he did. And plus, you know, that he lost a lot of time. Just, I mean, at the very beginning there, he's spinning out in front of the field. As the field comes up to speed, by the time you get back up to speed, they're already at least a half a track of length.
As we went and take a look at Devin Zimmerman there, Ryan Shelton did take the lead, and Tyler Bowers is actually past Ethan Thompson here. So let's see what shakes up here.
Well, I'll
Yeah,
tell
right.
you, being involved in that early incident, it's kind of bittersweet, right? So on one side, you're back in the field, but on the other side of that, you have a lot of time to make it up, make some good decisions, and it's easy to get your lap back, get your fast repair, and be right back out there. I don't think we've seen the last of Devin Zimmerman despite that early incident.
Just as well as Andrew Bisnet is now, he's pulling back up to those 3 that started to pull away from him as those guys were jostling for position. Andrew Bisnet was able to close that gap. So if he can maintain that, get through the first couple pit stops here, see if he's there at the end. But Bisnet does know how to save fuel, not tires, and that's what his claim to the fame is. So he may be able to save a lot, but let's see if he can save the tires, save a little bit more equipment just by following these guys and being patient.
I know
We're only 9 in.
Racing with Bisnet in the civilian world, he can save both. Don't let him lie to you.
Let's not forget the middle of pack here. These guys are racing for everything out here, and these guys are racing hard.
Yeah, they are.
We got Ryan Walter there in the number 49 Valvoline machine, the 01 machine. That's Christopher Rawlings. Followed by the number 5, that's Robin Pardon. And behind him, that's Bradley Hunt, who is usually our in-race reporter.
Haven't heard from him yet tonight.
No, and these guys are fighting it out right now for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So that's your...
I was going to say, if they can thin that herd a little bit, I'll dial Brad up and we can catch him on a green flag.
Greatest.
Tyler Bowers is not letting off of Ryan Shelton, though. He's holding steady, he's sitting there at that point, and so is Ethan Thompson.
Yeah, he's making small gains every time he comes into a corner with Ryan Shelton. I think Bowers has entry. I think Shelton has exit, and I think I'm not good enough at math to figure out who's gonna come out ahead of this.
Yeah, right now I think you got a lot of time left here. You're only 11 out of 90, so you still got just over 79 laps to figure this out. So you want to be there at the end. You can lead every lap but the last lap, but the last lap is the most important lap. So
right, but we also know that the TDR veterans and first responders only league got a slow car down low.
Stephen Green coming out of the pit.
Green. But we know they run a lot of green flag racing. We may not see a yellow. So your traditional Charlotte strategy might not be how this plays out. I think track position is more important in this league than most others because of the lack of yellow flags.
Not only track position, but there is another thing that you have to consider. And we saw every single race last season, one of these top 3 has either slid through the pit, coming up the road.
Ryan Shelton.
Speeding penalty. I mean, so there is a lot of, it's not only track position, but it's getting on and off that pit road. Just about as close to perfect as you can get.
And for those of you in YouTube land, I have permission to make fun of Ryan Shelton's pit stops.
Tyler Bowers makes the pass for lead. Ethan follows underneath. Ethan's going for the lead here as well.
Look at him go.
Not sure what happened to Ryan Shelton there, but maybe he just gave it up a little bit. Maybe Tyler had the better.
Ryan
better
Shelton
run.
looks like he has a little bit of damage to his right side. He might have tapped the outside wall, guys. He may have gotten to.
You said it going through
Right.
practice and that late qualifying lap time he put down. He might not be feeling, as comfortable as some of the other guys in that car.
So Tyler Bowers assumes the lead here on lap 15 of 90.
So do we have another person that these guys have got to deal with? Is this the new Causey? Is Tyler Bowers? Is he going to come out here and
Hey,
shake this up? So this is going to be a really interesting
race one,
season so far.
season 6. At the very least, you have to make a statement. You have to get out there. You have to show these guys you're fast.
Absolutely, and that's what Tyler Bowers is doing. He's letting Ethan and Ryan know that, hey, I am here. I'm not afraid of you. Let's get this on. Let's go out and fight this out like men. And that's what he's doing. I'd love to see a woman come out here. We need at least 1 or 2 women out here in the military or vet or first responder. I know you guys girls are out there, so come on out and show these boys up. We know you got speed too, so
I guarantee they're out there.
don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Come on in. We're an all-inclusive environment. So
I would love to watch a woman come in here and just mop the floor with these boys. That would make my day.
So we'll take a lap around the track with Ethan Thompson here as he's on the bumper of Tyler Boyd, our leader.
Yeah, Ethan does know how to get it done. And don't forget, Tyler Bowers, in this league, we're not too sure of him. We have raced with him before in other leagues, and he is a good, clean racer. He knows how to get it done. He's obviously with the Air Force, but don't forget, you got another Air Force guy right behind him there, and Ryan Shelton, and the Civil Air Patrol there, and Ethan Thompson. So these guys are definitely pilots in their own rights. Ethan Thompson. Joan Rick says he goes underneath now. He's going to come out, get that door underneath. I'm not sure if that's going to be the right line. No, as Tyler Bowers does, pulls back out in front to maintain under lap 18. So
we'll hop in car with Tyler here as well.
As you can see, Tyler's going to move up that track, and that is actually the line that it's kind of a defensive, and also with the new, and I've noticed this at a lot of the tracks, and I think that's why they're getting high. That banking coming off from that on turn 2, where we normally see these guys have, is when we're used to the traditional car. Where yellow flag is out, caution is out, guys, caution. On the field, I'm not sure what happened there.
Ooh.
But caution is on the field. Oh, Stephen Green and Christopher Rawlings get together. And they're right.
Wow.
Stephen Green just comes up. Thought he was cleared of Christopher Rawlings and just.
I'm just going to call that synchronized spinning.
Yeah, I give that a 9.5. 9.5 from the American judge.
That's gonna put Stephen Green back in the pit for his second visit. But who's gonna get the opportunity for the first visit? Devin Zimmerman, involved in that early incident around lap 4 or 5. The yellow wasn't thrown. They got it together. They were able to go back to green flag racing. Devin right now is in the best position out of anybody.
Yeah, he's gonna come in and get his fast repair.
Get some tires.
Gotta get fuel.
Keep it clean the rest of the race. He'll be a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely, but he is on fresher tires that you would assume, but not by much, only a lap. So I mean, really, he's pretty much on the same strategy as these guys.
Well, we haven't seen pit stops yet. I believe everybody will come down pit road here.
Biznet stays out, so Busy stays out.
Of course, that means everyone else will go in.
Yeah, everyone else will go in, but Biznet. I mean, we're always with the fuel gamble, tire gamble with Biznet here. We'll see how this plays out, but yeah, everybody else has hit pit road.
Well, that's going to be really great because that's actually going to bring Zimmerman back into the picture with that unfortunate early event with Chuck. So,
and there's the side damage with Ryan Shelton, as you were alluding to earlier, Jay. He did not elect to use that fast repair. He didn't get really anything fixed. I guess we'll see how it goes. That McConey setup shop on the right side looks a little scraped up.
Yeah, it's scraped up. And like I said, I think he just tapped the wall. It wasn't enough to do any major damage. Just tapped the wall and just scraped the paint.
No major damage. They take that right out of his paycheck. I guarantee it.
And we look at Bradley Hunt's car. I mean, that car looks tight. That's a tight-looking car right there.
Yeah.
But at least Ryan was smart enough to leave it where the camera can see the McConey setup shop and the people out there can't. So we're good there. So he scraped it off that side, but kept it on the camera side.
Now that Bradley's not digging for position, y'all want to bring him under yellow?
Yes, let's bring him up and see how his night's going. He's in 7th right now.
Hey, Brad, Tommy up in the booth. I know it's not as interesting talking to us under a yellow flag, but we have your permission to pull you in as an in-car driver while you're on the track. So what are you feeling out there? What's it looking like?
It's feeling a little snug right now, which I mean that's a good thing for some people, but some people wind up getting a little too loose off of turns 2 and 4 mainly.
How's your night going? Are you experiencing any raciness, or you've been? We saw you racing a little bit there for fifth, sixth, and seventh. I mean, you guys kind of settled down a little bit, just trying to log some laps an hour.
Yeah, so can't remember. I think one car had got in the way, and I was trying to avoid, so I lost momentum right there.
So you said it's a little snug out there. Are you in need of a snuggie?
Well, I mean, if I'm going to get a snuggie, somebody come teach me how to Dougie.
That's a great looking paint scheme on your car there, bud. We're gonna
Yeah,
put
it
you
is.
back there as we're getting ready to go green here in a couple of laps. Thanks for taking the time to be with us, and good luck the rest of the race tonight.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right, let me get him settled back in. That paint scheme does look really good, man. That Screaming Eagle splitting the flag open on the hood. But I couldn't help notice that Mission 22 scheme right behind it. Man, the way the red, white, and blue on that Toyota stand out.
Yeah, he's a new driver to TDR, as Jay alluded to earlier. He was in the last broadcast, and he loved every minute of this. He couldn't wait to get in. He even went out and bought them Maconi setup shops.
Yes, sir.
He's
Yeah.
enjoyed every minute of it. I've had some good conversations
Tommy,
with him.
You teased this, Tommy, this
I did.
22 driver.
I did. Can we
for
get a look at the
long
back
time.
of it?
So why don't you go ahead and talk about him for a minute?
Let me get a little
Get the
close.
back of it. If you can get zoomed in there, he's got a couple names on the back of the car. And I won't remember them off the
That's
top
the
of my head
closest
why
I
I'm
can
not
get
gonna do it.
without zooming in with my drone.
Can you read those up there in the booth? I know there was a sergeant and a private first class. Private first class was William Brown. Sergeant
Sergeant Fred
Acera.
Acera. Yeah, private first
So-
class William Brown. Yep,
So this
would be
guy
the other one.
watched the last broadcast, was really into it, wanted to get into the racing, and he actually sends me a private message. So he's already gone through the sign up. He's been approved.
And what
all
is
that.
what is this driver's name?
Brian Boyd.
Brian Boyd. So he sends me a private message of his paint scheme and is like, "Look at what I'm running." And I saw the deck lid, 50 stripes, 50 stories, had the memorial on the back of it, running for the Wounded Warrior Project and Mission 22. He made this paint scheme just to come join this event, and for that I give him a big shout out. I think it's really awesome how much he loved what we do, because we love what we do, right, guys? You know, we like to
Oh,
be able to
absolutely.
share these heroes at home and abroad. He liked us so much he wanted to be a part of it and put a lot of effort into this first race. So Brian Boyd, we
And he
salute you.
did. He went out and he joined Maconi too because of.
He bought some setups, had some fun with it, and he's enjoying
Yep.
every minute of it. We might have to talk to
He's
him
all
after the
in now.
broadcast, that's for sure. I know he's in Discord. He's enjoying this event. We're going back to Green, Jay. How about you bring us down here?
Absolutely, as we got Ryan Shelton and Tyler Bowers now 1 and 2.
Ryan Shelton with a pin.
Ryan gets
Like a
that
rocket.
jump. Yep, he gets that jump like he has for many seasons. Was that I call it the Ryan Rocket move coming off of turn number 1 there. He's going to grab himself about a 3-car length lead. Right now for Tyler Boyd, Ethan Thompson now is not going to let him get away, but that brings back up Ryan Walter there in the 4 spot. So there's a new 4 spot person, and we know he's fast because he won in a couple of these things. So
We
we got
might-
a couple of fast drivers up front.
We might have to watch Devin Zimmerman fight his
I
way
was
back
just
from the
going to
field.
say.
I knew you were, Tommy. I'm feeding you into it. Bring us home there, bud.
So halfway through the field, he was sorted out to last place. That early incident on lap 4, it took us to lap 7 on the green flag restart. Back there in last, 22 seconds at the time of that yellow coming out. He has fought his way at least halfway through the field now, up to P6, P7 by the time I got interested. So it's getting a little better. And now he's chasing down Larry Patrick, one of the other part-time guys who doesn't get full points over here, but brings a lot of speed every night. And then look from 4th through 1st who Devin has to go through. He's running that iconic honeycomb grill from season 4. That car is looking sporty, and I think Devin's feeling good in it.
As Tyler Bowers now takes the lead, and now Ethan Thompson's pulling up. He's side by side going down the backstretch, pushing that Ryan Shelton high. He's going to put it right underneath, and he's going to grab that second spot. Here comes Ryan Walter as the Ryan show now. Ryan slams that door, pushes him back. So now it's Tyler Bowers to the lead. Ryan Shelton second, Ethan Thompson third, Ryan Walter fourth, and Larry Patrick up there in the 5th position.
I'm not surprised either of those two made it to that P1 and P2, but Ryan Shelton talks a lot of smack, has a good paint scheme out there. All it is black and yellow Makoni. He doesn't need a bunch of sponsors because he said hungry dogs run harder. And he's out there earning some more stickers for that car.
As here comes Devin right behind Ryan Walter. He's fighting up there. He's up in fit P5 right now, and he's closing in on Ryan Walter to come make this path.
He's fighting back. Remember, this guy already has one of those B&B Wraps trophy boards. Season 4, Devin Zimmerman brought it home. Got it hanging right above his rig. We've all seen the pictures. He's a champion, and right now he's showing that.
And don't forget, racers race for trophies and racers race for racing. And this is what these guys enjoy. This was, we all go out, for every one of us that are sitting up here in the booth. We don't just sit around and go out and just race. We go out for the W's. We go out and we are racing. We race whoever we can. Doesn't matter if it's last or first, as long as we're racing somebody, we're having a great time. And these guys are having a great time. As that battle for fifth is now heating up in between Ryan Shelton, Ryan Walter, and Devin Zimmerman. Ryan Walter is going to get up on the backside. He's going to look to the high side. Devin's going to take that inside line, come down the backstretch. Is he going to have enough pulls up underneath? Going to push Ryan Walter to the outside, looking at the back door. He is hungry. Zimmerman is on that move. I'm telling you what. He is going to take that down underneath. He's going to bring it back up.
Yeah, he's going to settle in.
Gets that run. Ryan gets that run on the preferred high side, but man, they're not letting it get away. So it's going to be a fun battle.
It's going to take Devin. It's going to take Devin a second to catch back up from that little snafu right there.
But as Ryan Walter jumps underneath Ryan Shelton, it takes over P3.
So there you go. Big battle going back for third, fourth, and fifth. And here you go. Zimmerman now is going to take it down as Ryan goes high. He's got him clear. He's going to do that slide job. Ryan Walter up front of Devin Zimmerman. Get around Ryan Shelton. Shelton's not feeling too great, I don't think, in that car, boys, because he's still reeling and rocking and falling back, and that's unusual to see.
Knowing Ryan Shelton.
Power move.
Knowing Ryan Shelton, you know, maybe that caution got him coming down pit road, maybe gave him some information on his tires. Maybe he's looking at, like, I got to save these tires a little bit more. Maybe they're falling off a little more than what we can see up in the booth.
Absolutely.
That's very true.
But Ryan Walter's up at P3. He's running good tonight. He was the winner of that teddy bear race that Andy was alluding to earlier.
Yeah, Ryan Walter, that was a power move, right? Fighting up there in that top 5, 4th, 3rd spot. You're running with guys like Devin Zimmerman and Ryan Shelton, and while the three of you duke it out, for him to come out on top and actually be setting a bit of a gap, as I think those back three are now catching P1 and P2. Ryan Walter showing up tonight. Race 1, Season 6. Look at that.
You know, after that knee surgery, he's looking pretty fresh out there. I don't know, Jay, how do you feel about that? You know, he's got that knee surgery. We heard a little bit of story about it when he first came back a few weeks ago.
They put an extra spring in his right leg.
Yeah, I think they put a little bit of extra in there just for GP, because now he's coming out like RoboCop. He is an MP, don't forget. So now we can call him RoboCop with that knee surgery. As we got a battle right now going on for 8th position, as you got 3 cars there. Chuck McDonald, Bradley Hunt, and Christopher Rawlings are battling it out for 8th. They got 3 on. They went 3 wide a few minutes ago, guys. Nice little battle as you see Chuck McDonald now getting up. Bradley Hunt has been slowly climbing around that top side, and that allowed Brian Boyd to get around him. And then Larry Patrick, Christopher Rawlings, Chuck McDonald. So I think Bradley may be having a little bit of an issue, as you see he's just starting to fall back a little bit. You got Andy Biznay, who was up there in the 5th position earlier. And you see Cochran going around as well.
You know, I never thought I'd say this, but I feel like Bradley Hunt's being a little timid. It's early in the race. We're just over 1/3 of the way through, and he might be thinking, like, you know, I don't want to get that racy right now.
You know, Devin Zimmerman did pass Ryan Walter while we were watching that exciting battle in the back. So Devin Zimmerman is up in P3 and chasing down those top 2.
Well, we got a battle everywhere on this track.
It's everywhere, yeah.
Good racing from 6th back, so yeah. Devin Zimmerman is on the hunt. We can't say Hunt's on the hunt tonight. Hunt is falling back. He's playing a little bit of hide and seek with these guys. Maybe. So hopefully he'll be there at the end.
That might have been a little broadcaster jinx as we look at Hunt tap the wall there, and you know, we bring him in. He was running good, and now he's like all over the place. You know, maybe we should have pulled him in the booth.
He wanted to be up here. Don't let him fool you. He is one of those guys. He's just like the rest of it. But you know, there's a guy we didn't really talk about during the beginning of the broadcast, but has been here, I believe, almost all seasons, and that is Robert Cochran. And he's back there right now with Andrew Biznett. Still, like I said, we're almost halfway in about 10
Quick.
laps here. So we got one more pit stop coming up. But
He's
Bradley Hunt-
races side by side with the wall slapper Bradley Hunt.
Quick check-in with YouTube. Tyler Daniels asked if anybody had a setup. So if you're looking for the link to McConeySetupShop.com, it is now in the YouTube chat.
There you go, Tyler. Like you don't know, Tyler. I think McConey's is also takes care of Tyler. So McConey's
Yeah.
out there taking care of everybody out there in TDR, and that's another reason to join us. Come on out.
And
Who knows when
Absolutely.
McConey's going to
Tommy,
start?
you have something to discuss when we get a little break in the action here, right?
Before
Maybe.
Tommy gets into that, I just want to thank Tyler for chiming into the chat. It's so fun to see Tyler in the chat at Back Sports here, chatting
Yeah.
with us in the chat. Gotta love you, Tyler. We love hearing you out there. We wish you the best, bud, in your kart racing and everything you do. We thank you for everything you've done for us.
Absolutely.
He just got some new clutches.
Oh boy, new clutches. You need
All right.
you need clutches in those go-karts?
I guess.
Oh my
I've
goodness,
never
this
driven a
is
go-kart.
Crazy this race. I love
The-
this race. I can't believe the guy who
Ryan
said
Walter's
he's
off
gonna
the
win.
pace, guys. Ryan Walter is off the pace. He is now falling back, so
Yeah.
something might have happened to Ryan Walter.
Speaking
is
of
down.
Ryan Shelton has dropped back to P7. Well, he's up probably up to P6
Yeah.
now. With Ryan Walter falling back. I don't know if that side damage is hurting Ryan Shelton or not. He did not use that fast repair at that green flag. I guess we're gonna see what happens here. I know what Andy was alluding to there. Sorry I interrupted you, Andy,
Stole
but
my
I knew where you were.
thunder.
I stole your thunder. I'm good at that. But no,
Look, first
good
of all,
races
the
all over
thunder
the place.
belongs to the gentleman running around Charlotte right now. They have it all.
But P1 and 2 here, they're close. They're having fun. I mean, you got Tyler Bauer as correct me if I'm wrong, Jay, Tommy, Andy, has he raced a lot with the veterans and first responders?
No,
Man.
he comes in sporadically. He hasn't had a lot of time to run with him, but when he does, he's usually up there in the front, and he's certainly making a case for him to free up some free time and come run full season.
Absolutely.
He's making that time for him.
I want to chime in with the YouTube because Jim Downham, Jay's brother, has chimed in.
Hey,
great
Jim.
racing going on. So appreciate you joining us, Jim. We do appreciate when you can join us. Haven't seen Sister Suki yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen Sharon yet tonight. Where's Sharon
Sister,
at tonight?
I know Sister Suki is up in New Jersey, so she may be on her way to New Jersey. She was informing me that she may not be able to make it tonight, but
Well,
she will
we
be watching
miss
the
her.
rebroadcast.
We
So
miss
that's
her,
cool.
that's for sure.
We have phones in our pockets now. No
A
excuse.
shout out to Sister
But she's-
Suki for, if you watch this later, shout out to you. We love you and we miss you.
Absolutely, we.
Got to give a shout out to Larry Patrick setting P4 right now, and Brian Boyd setting P5. You know, a couple different people in the top 5, 3 different people in the top 5 we don't normally see, with Ethan and Devin up there that we normally see up there. But we got Tyler
Yeah,
Bowers,
Brian
Larry
has
Patrick,
dropped
and Brian
from
Boyd.
all the way to 8th now. Now Tommy alluded he was in 7th. He's now dropped back to 8th.
Eighth.
So that damage has got to be hurting him.
We're still early.
forget,
we're
Ryan-
not quite a third. We're a little past a third of the way through. He can come in, get it fixed up. He's just got to fight that same fight Devin does, and that's going to determine between the two of them which is the higher caliber driver.
I wouldn't be surprised if something happened in between Ryan Shelton and Ryan Walter, because those two were racing together or near each other, and then all of a sudden both of them started to drop at the same time.
You know,
So-
I have found in my racing career it's harder to drive with somebody that has the same name you do. Like I race Tommy's way harder than I race like Andy's.
Well, you know, when you see
You
all
don't
the
race
Andys
hard
in
at
there.
all. You just race upside down.
Yeah, you race upside down.
All right, let's not get into Dover and all that.
As now we see Ryan. Well, Ryan got his stuff back together. He's starting to make that move back up front as he's coming back on Robert Cochran there. As Andrew Bisnet is falling right there. So we're coming up on halfway this time by at the line right now. We're halfway point.
Oh, halfway home.
So 45 of 90 is in the books. So, and Jessica chimes in and says, make some moves, hubby. Paul, come on, bud. Let's get up there. You're in 12th. You're 10 seconds, 11 seconds behind. We need to make some moves. It's time to go. It's
Yeah.
go time.
Paul Bosberg knocking on those all important points up there in the top 10, man. Good run by Paul. we've only got one car off the lead lap. That was Stephen Green involved in some incidents. So the racing up here has been good. The leaders have not
Ryan just
caught
tapped
the
the wall,
tail end of
guys.
the
Ryan
field.
just tapped the wall. I'm very sorry, but Ryan just tapped the wall and almost got together there
Oh.
with Cochran coming through. So he is getting loose. So
He's
they're
definitely
used
looking
to
for
his
that
drive.
yellow now.
We're all waiting for that update coming tomorrow to change these cars again.
right.
But he's on
Sorry
the
about
bumper.
that, Tommy. Sorry about that.
We're on the
but
bumper of Brian. He's on the bumper of Brian Boyd, and we were talking about Paul Vosberg. I mean, looking at his paint scheme, where we got Smokey the Bear on his hood. He's enjoying times. If he doing what he does to protect this country, being a firefighter for these wildfires that go out and about. I mean, Jay, I don't know if you know more about them, or Tommy or Andy, but he does great for us, and we love to have him here when he's able
I
to be
had
here.
no idea.
that is
about,
probably
you know,
one of the hardest
that's
jobs
West
that I
Coast
think they can do.
Yeah, I know a little bit about the Forester business. I sell tires to him, and it is grueling hard work, cutting out lines to break
He's out on the
fires.
West Coast fighting those fires every week.
Every time. He's in his busy season, and he took time out of his busy season to come race with us tonight. I mean, it's a great feeling to have.
Yeah.
As Larry Patrick has passed Devin Zimmerman for P3.
Yeah, Devin Zimmerman fighting back some adversity. Maybe he's not as confident in his car after having the issues that he had. Hopefully, he got it all fixed up and he's running full speed. He might need another pit stop. Maybe he didn't have any requireds and he took, a portion of his optional repairs and is still riding around.
Another guy we haven't talked much about tonight is Robert Pardon. It's good to see him out here again, and always good to see him out here with us.
Yeah, got a
Robin
long
Pardon.
race ahead of him. Got a good looking paint scheme, rocking the Western Auto on the hood and that number 14. Clint Boyer, one of my personal favorite drivers after the
I
Dale Earnhardt era.
absolutely love seeing Robin Pardon out here every single week.
We love
the
seeing
man comes out
all the
here
drivers out
Yeah.
and he gives something every single week. Comes out, doesn't matter. He comes out and races with us. Love seeing it.
Love
A lot
seeing
of
you,
names
Robin.
out there that have donated the charity races too, so we appreciate you guys for that as well.
We got
here. Absolutely.
Christopher Rawling out
Speaking
there
of
as
charity
well.
races, Tommy, anything coming up?
Go
Yes.
ahead, Tommy.
Yes. The flyer for it is purple.
Huh?
It's our good friend Doug Burns, who used to provide
Yep.
some coverage over here.
Yeah, let's talk about that. You got any sponsors from TDR area that might want to?
So
Get a
the
shout out.
sponsorships, I actually know the sponsorships pretty well. So I'm not 100% on the event because that's not my job. But Tyler Daniels Racing will be sponsoring a prize out there. Back Barbecue will have a prize out on the board. I think those are some of the little spice packets. I've had some Back Barbecue. It's some good, pardon my language. It is some good gosh darn barbecue. And Back Talk as well, the podcast that you're involved with, Andy and Dustin. You guys have sponsored backwards trophies, end of the line trophies. Is that how that's working?
Yeah. We got some stuff for the guys in the back,
losers.
so everybody gets a little something. But
Ethan Thompson going for the lead.
this is an awesome for is a cancer race.
Hold
on,
one-
Ethan
one
Thompson
second,
going
Andy.
for the lead. We got a battle for the lead as Ethan Thompson goes to the high side around Tyler Bowers, and he just had it. So now there's a good race going up front, neck and neck going down that backstretch into turn number 3. Bowers to the inside, Thompson on the high
Will he be
side.
able to get
Bowers,
the slide job?
he's going to get that slide job up. He's
Watch
going
it for the
Ethan.
crossover. Watch for the crossover.
He's going to dive it down, but Bowers is going to have that lap. But Ethan Thompson now takes that bottom side. Is he going to do the slide job? He gets down around, can't quite clear him.
him. Oh,
Wow.
As they come out of turn number 2, side by side, door handle to door handle, crossover moves going on. Great
is
racing
the-
in between these guys right now, and he's not going to let them go. This time,
is-
it's Ethan. He gets up almost into him and almost turns him. So Ethan gets up, almost hits the back end. I'm not sure if they touched. If they didn't, that was very, very close.
that is the definition of door handle to door handle.
That's
I
door
swear.
to door going to town.
They got their door handles locked together there for a second.
You know,
That's what-
in my opinion, there, I think Ethan might have learned something there for a later run. Maybe he sits here
Yeah.
and waits for this pit stops, gets those fresh tires, and then see what happens. But I don't think Ethan's gonna let this set.
I think Tyler Boyer's learned don't let Ethan Thompson get close to me again.
Yeah, Tyler Bowers has definitely, learned a lot, and I believe these guys are going to hear. Ethan just kind of calms it down a little bit, but it looks like he's getting ready to make another
He's
run
getting
here.
ready to. Yeah, he's tight on that bumper, and looks like Tyler Bowers is a little bit better, maybe going into the corner, and maybe Ethan's a little bit better coming off.
Yeah, because Bowers does have the lead right now, and I mean he was able to pull away either on the bottom or the high side, but he did that slide job on him, and Ethan
Like
right now they're going to be coming for pit stops, I'm sure, within the next 5-10 laps, guys. So as we've already seen 2 guys on pit road, Bradley Hunt came down for his pit
Yep.
stop.
So
Yeah, we'll
didn't
see.
mean to interrupt you guys, but that was a
Yeah, go
tight
ahead.
race. But I believe
Sorry,
that
Andy.
race. Correct me if I'm wrong, Andy and
No,
Tommy,
hey,
but it's
I'm
a
gonna back
360. It's a 360 sprint car race at Knoxville, and an open setup.
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong on that.
It is June 22nd.
Yep.
360 sprint cars, open setups, which means, however, Bocconi Setup Shop has stepped up for TDR drivers. If TDR drivers want to be involved, I'm trying to watch the race too.
It's exciting.
It's getting pretty exciting.
We should have did this about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, if TDR drivers want to be involved, Bocconi Setup Shop is offering, and I have the setup for TDR drivers if you want to be
Well,
involved.
now that it's open setup, I
Um,
might want to join in on that. That sounds
It
like
is
fun.
free.
I don't know, Tommy. I don't know if you can.
360.
I don't know if you can handle the open setup at Knoxville.
It is. Yeah,
I just-
it's 360 sprint cars at Knoxville Raceway on June 22nd, and all proceeds are going to the American Cancer Society.
I know Mia's
in honor
won.
of Kathy Linder is the second annual Kathy Linder Memorial Race.
I know Mia's won as I run the Xfinity series on Wednesday nights. I'm pretty sure I'm thinking about postponing a night of racing for that and going to racing that myself because I love the 360 sprint cars and I love racing for a good benefit as the American Cancer Society.
It's a great cause, and yes, TDR is involved with TDR drivers. Will be sponsored by Bocconi and given the setup from Bocconi Setup Shops to race in that.
And once you
We
have the
do
setup,
have-
you can carry that to officials, right? Like once you have it,
Yes.
you have it.
and then also some of the BACC Inc. Companies are involved as well, which we all know are involved with TDR very well. Back charities, back barbecue, and back talk the podcast. But the most important part is if TDR drivers want to be involved, you have a setup provided already by Bocconi Setup Shops. All you have to do is reach out to me. I already have it set up. I will
Heck
send
yeah.
it to you as I have already done to 2 drivers that I know who have signed up.
I will be reaching out for you for that setup as well,
Yeah,
like I
I was just
alluded
thinking-
to, because I
I'm
love the
reaching out too.
360 spits. We're gonna have some fun. I know he's looking for 60 guys, 60 drivers. I shouldn't say guys, 60 drivers in that event. And last I heard, he's looking at 30 right now, and I'm hoping to fill out that field. Let's have some fun out there. Let's go support the American Cancer Society.
Heck yeah.
As our
It is
leaders
a-
are coming to pit road, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we're cycling
There it
through
is.
our pit stops here, and I've been keeping an eye on who's that, and here come the leaders down pit road. So
We'll see
30
who
to
gets
go,
into their
30 to
pit
go.
here and gets out clean, as they've been racing tight between Ethan and Tyler.
Yeah, and they both look very comfortable too. I didn't see a lot of looseness out of either one of them. I
Tyler
thought they
looks
were
like he
very
hit his-
comfortable with the cars.
Tyler looks like he hit his pit road good. Looked like Ethan's got to back
Oh,
up a little bit. He just missed it.
through the pit
So maybe
stop.
he makes a little bit of adjustment. Let's see what happens here, boys and girls.
This is gonna cost him the spot. I think he's gonna have to get off that line pretty quick. There it is.
there goes, but yep. So there's that extra. That's gonna hurt him.
It's gonna hurt him that little bit.
Comes in.
Yeah, and he's losing some track time too. He didn't just lose the spot; he lost probably a good 2.5 seconds once they get up to speed. And we have guys that have taken pit stops before them. We have guys still yet to pit that are going to have to cycle through,
As
and we're
Larry
going to see where all this ends up here in just a couple laps.
as Larry Patrick does take over the lead without taking a pit stop yet, as he is coming down. I don't know, Jay. Do you know? Do they get a
Oh,
point for leading a lap here? Well, he
Hold
he
on,
gave
that's
up
like
the
guys
pit.
get-
oh,
but
he misses his pit
He missed
stall.
pit road. Oh no,
Missed
guys.
pit road. I saw him smoke him up on entry. I think it came in a little
so
too hot. there.
Devin
He
will
didn't
take
have his
over the lead
eyes
right now.
where they needed to be. Devin Zimmerman, involved in that early incident on lap 4, took the green flag at P7 in last place and is now walking
If
around
I-
up front, showing off that honeycomb grill, giving it some of that good clean air.
If I may interject real fast on the YouTube, we have Jim Downham, who is one of the receivers of the McConey setup for the cancer race. Says it's an awesome setup. I was testing last night. It was awesome time trialing some great laps. So anybody wants to be involved in that race, let us know. We'll get you the setup.
Like I alluded to earlier, I'm looking at delaying the Xfinity series for that night just to get some more drivers out there. Let's support a great cause and go out and race some dirt at Knoxville in 360 sprints. It should be a good time. Jay, I know you enjoy the 360 sprints.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tyler
I like to see
Boyer's
60 sprints.
Tyler Boyer's getting a lap back the hard way.
Well, Devin hasn't pitted yet. He's kind of going that long route. I guess we'll see what happens here in the long run.
Yeah, right now, Devin Zimmerman, Ryan Shelton, Christopher Rawlings, Andrew Bisnett, Robert Cochran, and Brian Boyd are the only ones that have not pitted.
As Larry Patrick
so
finally hit his pit road, he didn't miss it this time.
Right. So Larry Patrick is on pit road. So
Well,
here
he's
we
off
go.
now, but he's on his outlap.
Right. So 24 laps to go. And it's right now, we're just waiting for the top 5 to come in, top 6 to come in, and that should cycle back through. And when it does, we've still got Tyler Bowers and Ethan Thompson.
I'm going back looking at that early caution, Jay.
Yes, sir.
Biznett stayed out.
Mm-hmm.
And he still hasn't
No,
pitted.
Biznett, no, he did come in.
Did he come? Oh, he came in after everybody came in? Okay, sounds good.
I think he just didn't want to get caught up in the melee on pit road, so he just waited till it was cleared out, and then that's why he lost all that track position and has been battling back up.
I did not realize he actually came back into pit road. I figured he stayed out and he's been battling and he has not been in, and that would be the Biznett fashion. Not pitting for 90 laps. I mean, it sounds like the Biznett we all know.
Right?
Looking at that car, and we've talked about how great the paint schemes are. I love the logos. What is up with that lime green and pink?
You got to know Biznett. He loves his pink. He loves his lime green and pink, but I know Biznett. He's always been that pink fan. He's kind of like me. Real men wear pink. You know, I got to give him props on having the number on there and
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. You know, you got Devin Zimmerman out there. He's running rainbow numbers, right, for Pride Month. Yeah. I didn't say nothing about that.
I was trying to allude to that.
I don't care about the pink.
If Dustin
the
would go back
with the lime green.
If Dustin would go back to Devin's car real fast.
Yep.
I just want to give a shout out. He is running the rainbow number for Pride Month.
Yeah.
And regardless of what anybody's thoughts, thinks, you should support everybody for being a human, because that's what TDR does, and that's
Absolutely.
And Devin Zimmerman right now is supporting the TDR values with running that number.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not the pink because it's not manly. It's the pink with that lime green. They clash.
Okay, but here you go. If you can look out on track and you can notice any car out on track, which one are you going to pick out the first? You're going to notice that pink and lime green. That's going to stop him every time.
You ain't wrong.
That Pride number I'm going to pick out too, but the pink and lime green, you're going to see that from a mile away.
Exactly.
I'm going to see that in my nightmare tonight. Those colors don't go together.
But you got the camo mixed in. This is feeling pretty good to me. I mean, he's feeling pretty good. I mean, he got the mix in. He got the ribbon in there. It's feeling pretty good to me.
I threw out my comment based on, somebody told McConey they don't want to run McConey because he supports
I heard
Pride
about
Month.
that.
And Pride Month can be pride in anything. Pride in yourself, right?
I would
Pride
love
in you. pride
love
in
to
your
find out
group.
who that gentleman is.
And so shameful on that person, and good on Devin
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
stepping up
100%.
Hats off.
and saying, you know what, I'm behind not only Pride Month, but I'm behind McConey, and
Yep.
we are at Tyler Daniels Racing accepting of everybody.
He
You don't
served our
have, you don't
country.
have to
He's
get
serving
it to
McConey.
understand it.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Serving
it
the
don't
world.
matter what your preference is off the track. On that track, that car is a great equalizer. So
You damn right. You go out
He's
there and you
driving
race
well
for it.
tonight. He's looking good. That Pride number's looking great.
Now,
absolutely.
can he make it to the end? Can he make it 18 more laps?
We're not sure.
Well, we're at 55 right now, so he's got 55 laps in. That's a long, long run. I'm not sure if he can go the full distance. That's for sure.
Well, and he's kind of by himself where he's at if we're under green.
So if he has
About
to come
4
in,
seconds
Shelton's
back.
got to come in. Shelton's got to come in. Rawlings has to come in. Am I correct in my assumptions?
I think you are
Yes.
correct.
Zimmerman, Shelton, Rawlings, and Cochran are all at 55 laps into their run right now. Andrew Bisnet is at 54 laps into his run because he pitted a
So
lap
right now,
later.
Tyler Bowers is sitting in the catbird seat.
Yep.
As we have somebody coming to pit road right now. I'm not sure who that may be at the present moment, but we got somebody that just hit pit road.
Looks like Paul Vosberg coming to pit road.
Okay, so Paul.
Yeah,
he was
Paul
in-
Vosberg. He must have had an incident as well, but
Yeah,
we're
he must
looking at
have
the
some
battle.
issues, right.
As long as these guys are getting a
Larry
lap back.
Patrick gets down.
Easy,
Larry
boy.
Patrick to the bottom there. He's going to get it back the hard way.
I guess it is
So-
16 to go, so it's time to
Get-
go, right?
Well, getting that lap back. I mean, Larry Patrick was setting up in P3 when he pitted.
Golly.
You know,
He
he's
came by
sitting there
so
slicing
fast,
and
the
dicing.
wind blew that 44 up into the wall.
Well, that's what happens at Charlotte.
Yeah,
I mean,
these-
Jay, you were there.
These boys who have not pitted, they have got to guarantee themselves a caution, or they're going to be in trouble with only 15 to go.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
almost
I
like
don't- I
we're in
don't think-
Vegas.
I don't think they're going to get it at fuel. I think, like
I'm
you
not
said, Dustin,
sure.
they're at Vegas right here rolling some dice.
What lap
I'm
was
not
that
sure.
caution on, Jay? Do you remember?
They're now at 58 laps on their run, so that would have been earlier.
Now, Devin has been known to clutch it to save gas, but I don't know if he can save enough.
How about can we pull up Andrew Bizet? He's running out there by himself right now. He doesn't really have anybody, and see if they can make it the last 14 laps.
Yeah, riding around. I'll get them dialed up.
Oh, we're gonna
Doing
get some
that.
insider information here. Is that what we're doing here?
Yes,
Hey,
we are.
Andrew, this is Tommy up in the booth. You got a couple seconds between you ahead and back. How you feeling out there, buddy? 13 to go.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. We're wondering, do you guys have enough
Can you
fuel to
make
make
it?
it to the end?
Well,
I can, yes.
oh wow.
Of
I
course you
started
can.
planning right when the caution came out. I was really hoping this wasn't going to turn into a fuel mileage race, but it was. When I looked at we were going to have 70 laps left, and I knew that the standard run could be around 65. I was like, what the heck? We'll give it
So
a
the
try.
question I have with that is, can Devin make it? Do you feel Devin can make it?
That I don't know. Because I know.
You guys don't tell secrets down there?
Well,
'Cause we tell secrets up
Devin's
here.
not in our. He's not in the regular group chat in the drivers' lounge tonight, so we haven't. been asked him.
Devin is by himself now that I see that.
Is Ryan Shelton planning on making it?
I believe he is. I believe he said he's one lap to the good, running kind of similar to me.
This
so,
could be interesting then coming down to the
Right?
final laps.
It's going to be something because I don't think Rollins has come yet either. But from what I heard before I jumped down here was that he was running pretty hard. So
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and sort you back. You got some lappers back there with some fresh rubber challenge.
Yeah, we'll let you go race.
All right, thank you.
Thanks,
Take care,
enough.
buddy.
Thanks, Busy.
Yeah, he was to the good for a while. I saw some lap traffic coming up on fresh rubber. I was like, maybe we should let him figure that out real quick.
I think you threw the wrong Andy
Here,
back.
You just
Yeah, you threw the wrong Andy
Wrong
down.
Andy. Wrong Andy.
Hold on, let me grab the other one.
Wrong Andy. Shader's setting up in driver's lounge being like, hey, I'm racing. Yeah.
I was like, what in the world just happened today?
Well, so
There's so
with,
much excitement on the track, it's hard to pay attention. to all
with
these
that little
numbers
bit of
moving.
insider that, Andrew Bisnet can make it, Devin's feeling pretty comfortable, obviously thinking this could get interesting here with 10 to go,
Devin-
Jay.
Yeah, what's happening now?
Shelton thinks he's a lap to the good, and they pit together.
Yep.
Right. Okay, and we also know that Devin has time till be let off because he's 5 seconds ahead. So he has that ability to clutch it in the corners or down the backstretch and give himself a little bit more room, let off a little bit earlier, and still maintain that lead. So
So the
I
question,
believe it was going to come down to Devin Zimmerman, and will Ryan have it since he's one to the good? And if Zimmerman is just at that line, and if he, I don't know, but
it's
we're going to have a
interesting.
race.
You know, you
We're
got
gonna have a
Tyler
race.
Bowers and Ethan Thompson have pitted, and got that extra rubber. Could they catch them with the fresh rubber or not? Who knows?
I
Also,
don't know.
one to the good is not hard math. Are you 0.98 to the good, or are you 1.02 to the good?
We've
As long
seen
as
that a lot at Charlotte.
One lap to the good's not always to the good.
And I
No.
believe Ethan Thompson won his first race last year at Las Vegas on the same strategy of just running out at the line. So
Yeah.
he knows how to save gas as well. So
See, Tyler Boyers has now started his way up to 4th. Ethan Thompson bringing up P5. They've got around Biznet. Devin Zimmerman fairly commanding lead, regardless of fuel strategy. Ryan Shelton, Christopher Rawling right there to pounce if anything happens.
Right.
and that's it. I mean,
Hats off to Christopher Rawlings tonight. He's having a great run, running hard. Good to see him out here. He's running a good race. And Jay, how about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Christopher Rollin, Tyler Bowers comes out in 4th. I mean, they both pitted, and Tyler Bowers is the only one of those top 5. Actually, Tyler and Ethan, they have enough to go all the way. They did pit, so, and it's 8 seconds back, 6 to go. There's not going to be enough time to get that done unless there's a caution that comes out. We see overtime, but I don't know. It's not over till that green flag or that checker flag drops. That's for sure.
And we got other newcomer, Brian Boyd, 1 lap down. He's out here racing. He's never raced with these guys. He's racing clean. He's having fun. It's good to see Brian Boyd out here racing with these guys.
Let's definitely not forget we need to talk to Brian Boyd.
We need to talk to Brian after this race. While whoever the victor is or whoever wins the race or wherever anybody finishes, we need to bring Brian down here right away and get a conversation with him. I know he's a busy guy and all that. After having conversation with him, we need to get him down here and have a conversation with him.
I'm gonna have a conversation with Brian after the race and let him know to hang around that we need to talk to him.
Yeah, I notice him now sitting a lap down. Look how courteous he's letting other cars go by.
Yep.
He was the first car a lap down. He was sitting pretty if a yellow did come out. And he's being courteous, letting these guys by. I agree. Before we even talk to the race winner, we'll bring Boyd down here and see what his first race was like with these guys. As we're 4 to go with some uncertainty up front, but they're looking like they've already staked their claim on where they're going to finish. What are your thoughts on the race so far and what we're going into right now?
And it's been an exciting race. It's going to come down yet again to fuel mileage. So
it's Jay, you alluded to that with fuel mileage. I'm gonna let you keep going there with what I'm gonna say here. Is that we got Devin, Ryan, and Christopher here sitting here battling that fuel mileage. Let's see who, if they can make it, maybe run out of gas. We got a lot to come down to. Jay, bring us home. The last 3 to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So Devin Zimmerman brings it. He's got a commanding lead right now, 5 seconds over Ryan Shelton, who's only a second and a half above Tyler Bowers. And Tyler could actually bring home second, guys. So that might be a good battle to watch as we're bringing it home now. Tyler does not have to worry about fuel. Ryan is to the good. If he's going to go, he's going to go now. But he is on 60 or almost 70 laps of tires, old tires, Ryan Shelton.
Yeah.
If that gets close, I'll go back to it. I'm going to stay on Devin Zimmerman here to see if maybe he flutters. But, Jay, keep going. I just wanted to say where I'd be, and that way you knew.
Absolutely, and right now, I mean, there's a good battle going on in between Ryan Shelton and Tyler Bowers is now going to be white flag, and this time by, and Devin Zimmerman looks like it's going to be his first win of the season. Ryan Shelton, Tyler Bowers is the place go, and we see in that gyro cam there's that degree of banking coming around.
And Devin, despite the banking, is already breathing easier. Just one, half a lap, no mistakes. This one's coming home to him. Season 4 championship, looking for a W tonight.
As you see him, we're riding around the gyro cam with Devin. He let off so early there. He's letting it coast and just having fun with it. He's bringing us home. He's bringing us home. P1, season 6, race 1.
Devin Zimmerman brings it home. kind of
Making a
taking off
statement.
where they left off last season and putting a big statement over Ryan Shelton, who said he was going to come out and dominate this year.
Ryan.
Tyler Bowers
Yep.
brings it home third, so congratulations to him. Ethan Thompson fourth, Christopher Rawling fifth. Had a great run, top 5. Good job, Christopher. 6th, Larry Patrick. 7th, Andrew Bisnet. 8th, Robert Cochran. 9th, Chuck
A little
McDonald.
rub there between Ryan Shelton and Ethan Thompson, maybe sharing a little brotherly love
A
across
little bit
the
of
Maccone
brotherly
logos.
love there. So
Ryan
Tommy,
Walton.
Oh,
something
the
happened.
Maccone boys at it.
Something happened we didn't see there.
so Tommy, if you want to bring down Brian Boyd, I know he's a busy guy. I know he can get out of here. If you want to bring him down here, I'd love to interview that guy right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Brian dialed up here real quick. Heck of a performance out there. Came a lap down just outside the top 10. I know he was fired up to run in this league, so I got Brian dialed up. Hey Brian, this is Tommy up in the booth. You got a read on us, buddy?
Yes, sir.
So, what was it like actually stepping into the arena? I know you watched our last broadcast and were interested in what we did. What was it like actually racing with these guys tonight?
It is absolutely awesome.
What's your
Okay,
thoughts
man.
on the
Hey,
race?
Yeah, give us a little more feed.
You gotta get better at interviews. You want to keep doing this.
I gotta get better. I gotta get better at Charlotte too, and pit strategy because I ran out going across the start finish at the end.
Well, you're perfect then. You're perfect then. If you run out right at the start finish line, you don't need to get better at it. You're perfect.
I was having to let out bad, and I was shutting the car off going into the corners. I wasn't just clutching it; I was shutting it off.
All right, so
Brian, I want to welcome you to the TDR Vets race. I know we had a couple small discussions between you and myself, and but what did this brotherhood really kind of feel like? Because this is a brotherhood for you guys. This is nobody else is allowed in here except for you, vets and first responders.
Oh, absolutely, and it felt like I felt at home, like everybody that I knew how to approach everybody. No one
they all
was,
get it.
yeah, everybody gets. When someone gets quiet, they know that they're either frustrated or they're trying to figure something out or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Did you get any help from anybody? Did you join in the community before the race? Did you talk to a bunch of drivers? Did anybody help you out at all tonight?
Tonight I just kind of like sat back and watched and tried to learn where everybody was, where they were, like on a track like this, and I could see a lot of people they start trying to conserve early.
Yep.
What you'll learn
in
this vets and first responders league is there's very little caution.
Very little. It's
I was
mostly
super
green.
impressed. I was super impressed.
Yeah.
And I think I told you that prior to you racing in our discussion. I said, man, you're gonna get in here and find out how little cautions there are involved in this.
Yeah.
I was very blown away at the caliber of everybody. Like no one.
If we could give away one tip from the booth, it would definitely be there's not a lot of yellows. It's a lot of green flag action. So you have to plan for like a long, hard race. You got to plan your pit stops on greens. And if a yellow happens, it's like, yay.
I'd say after, I want to say after about lap 30, I started planning on staying out no matter what. I kind of made the bet I was just going to stay in it.
Well, y'all, you've met the boys, right? You get to go back there in Victory Lane and hang out with the winner and all that. You guys can talk, man. These guys will help you out.
Hold on,
before as a new guy coming in, because you're the new guy, right? They all treat you pretty well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, you're about to be a celebrity down there. They're gonna have all the tips and advice for you.
Before we let you go, Brian, give us a little talk about your paint and everything that you have going on with Mission 22.
Yeah.
So Mission 22, obviously, for those that don't understand, it's a non-for-profit charity organization that brings recognition to the, as bad as it sounds to say, the 22 veterans a day that commit suicide on average.
Nothing wrong with saying that. We'd like to address that and make a difference.
They have the donation tab on their Facebook page. I picked it. I grabbed this. I reached out to Mission 22, and they sent out the trademark, and I signed an agreement with them for sponsorship with them at
Heck
at
yeah.
no cost to them. I don't want them giving me no money for nothing. I want to be able to put eyes on the car and the paint. And I started really getting deep into this after my friend Fred Acera and William Brown on the back of the car. Fred was the most recent one. He committed suicide 2 years ago, and William, those there's actually like 5 of my friends that's committed suicide over the years of me being in the military, but
Happens far too often.
those two, it happened pretty close to home. PFC William Brown, I actually found him, and then Fred Acera, he's a real good friend of mine. I talked to him. I missed a phone call. He tried to call me at like 5:30 in the afternoon on a Saturday, and at 6:30, 7 o'clock ish, somewhere around there, his mom was calling me to tell me that he committed suicide by cop. So I said something's got to happen, no matter how small my piece is. I gotta try and put eyes on this cause.
I think this is a mission, right? You got Mission 22, and
Yep.
you guys are all about a mission. But I think this is a mission that TDR and back charities can get behind and try and raise some money for too. So
Absolutely.
I
Wounded
look
Warrior
forward-
Project as well.
I look forward to working with you on something, and yeah, we're gonna get together and move forward on something.
Absolutely. Next week there will be a whole new paint scheme. Probably something loud and proud.
Just make sure you send me the sneak peeks.
Will do. Will do.
We'll get them out. But no, we appreciate you bringing Mission 22 to the race, coming out after watching that broadcast and wanting to run with us. I'm sorry you probably didn't get the finish you want, but I guarantee the boys down there behind the pit wall will help you out.
And
We're going to
still
get you a little
appreciate
faster,
you
and we're going to
joining-
get that logo on screen a lot more.
We,
Well,
we
I'll-
appreciate you joining the crew and the brotherhood that you guys have, because all of us other iRacers and TDR, we stay out of what you guys have and give you that space and that brotherhood that you guys deserve.
Belongs to y'all.
Well, appreciate that. Thank you for putting on the the broadcast and everything for us.
It's literally the least we could do. You guys deserve so much more. This is what we were able to put together for you guys. So go out there every night, man. Shine like the heroes you are. Good to see you on track. I'm willing to bet we're going to see you finishing a little higher next week.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I didn't get no practice today.
You're going to have to start. Some of these guys, man, they're fast.
Oh
And
yeah.
appreciate you, brother, and thank you from the bottom of my heart and the bottom of all TDR members' hearts.
Yeah.
Thank
Wel-
you for your service.
Absolutely.
And welcome to TDR, and we're glad to have you, Brian.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you
Great to
so
see you out
much,
there
Brian.
racing.
Hey, yeah, it was fun. I had fun in the beginning, and then I started to think about saving. So I was just letting everybody go, either run their stuff off. I figured I'd either pass them when they ran out, or I'd finish wherever I finished.
Well, once again, welcome to
Not a
TDR.
terrible finish.
Yeah, we can talk about pitch strategy when you're top 5.
That is
But
fair.
no, as always, though, thank you for the show. Thank you for your service. I'm gonna go ahead and get Brian sorted back out with the rest of the drivers.
right.
Accidentally put him in there.
Now
with
we need
Zimmerman.
our winner down here.
Speaking of Devin Zimmerman, a man who is no shame to sponsors, no shame to logos, someone who
Man,
wins
we
a lot
got
of races.
so many
swear
more
to
to add
God,
this year.
Hey, listen,
Devin.
I swear to God, if he does, after all the hard work I've put into TDR and getting TDR's name out there and it get recognized by somebody, if he doesn't shout out McConey, we're gonna have a problem.
No, I
So
think the
first
problem
thing I like to
lies-
do is shout out McConey.
Way to take a cue, Devin.
There you go.
See, you got us up in the booth, man. Race 1, season 6. You brought home the W. You had Ryan Shelton behind you, who you know is fast from last season. He has claimed that he is coming for the championship this year. While you didn't win season 5, you're defending that season 4 title. What was it like, kind of being one in that dogfight in the beginning, but then having the pit strategies work out
My
later?
gosh, the dogfight in the beginning, he had a wreck.
Yeah, he wrecked in the beginning, so he had a lot of adversity to come back from to finish first. So what a run.
Right. He had to fight all the dogs.
Yeah, I don't know what happened on the start. I'm not sure if I squeezed Chuck or if he came up. I thought I gave him room, but
It's
I don't know.
debatable.
It's debatable. But we got together on the start. I was trying to set up the corner so I could get the run on Ethan and get clean air, but it is what it is. Once the caution came out, I was quickly trying to do some fuel calculations to see if we could make it. We were about 5 laps short, and when
And
we
I
came back
told
out,
everybody you clutched the hell out of that car, didn't you?
oh yeah, I did, but it was nerve wracking. I had to make a decision pretty much. Once I got to third, I realized the tires were kind of going away more than I wanted them to, so I made the decision to start clutching and go for the fuel strategy, and it worked. We had zero point 0.5 of a lap crossing the start line to take the checker. So for 40 laps, I was clutching it in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But yeah, we made it.
You did it, man.
You did it with
came
an
home number one.
exclamation point.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
job tonight. Great win. I mean, that was one heck of a race to watch you come back from that adversity in the very beginning to win it. Showing that not only are you a champion, but you're continuing where you left off the last couple of seasons up at the front of the leaderboard. So, I mean, that was, and a lot of stiff competition out there. You had a couple of new drivers you had to get around tonight and still bring it home in P1. So, congratulations, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's nice to get started off on a win, get started off on the right foot. I thought I was going to go south there pretty quickly, but luckily we got the caution and got back in it and made the fuel call to get the win.
And we know you're no stranger to sponsors. You love to shout at everybody, Aspen Dental. You know, we won't let you do it when you win
Curran.
because
It's
there's
Curran
a whole
Dental.
host of them.
Curran Dental. It's Curran. My God, you haven't paid attention, have you, Tommy? The last few seasons.
They don't write my checks. That's
It's
Devin's
not
job.
Aspen. It's Curran.
That's Devin's job. They don't write my checks.
Yeah,
but let's hear the whole list of sponsors.
I'll keep it short and sweet tonight. So yeah, Curran Dental, of course, big shout out to them. Honey Press, my wife's company, on the hood and the deck lid. Going to be there all season. McConey's on the sides of the car. Big shout out to McConey. Thank you again so much for the sponsorship. Glad I could start off the season and do you proud, get the win. Yeah, I mean, it's so much. Thank you to you guys, to TDR, such a great league to race in, the back charities, and trying to do this season to benefit JDRF, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. My son is type 1 diabetic, so want him to not have to live his whole life with type 1 diabetes. So hope soon we can find a cure, and
we'll have to talk about that and see what we can do for sure.
Yes, for sure. So
we just keep growing the back charities collections, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Wherever we can help, if you got something that's near and dear to you, reach out to us.
Tell us a little bit about the honeycomb front for you.
Yeah, so the honeycomb is after my my wife's business. It's Honey Press. It's a stationery store, and of course, Honey Press has the honeycomb logo on the front. And with that, I kind of designed a honeycomb front bumper car with some cool gold plating on the side and on the rear. So I had that for a while, brought it in when I first came into to this league, and everybody liked it. So I decided to bring it back, and it's probably one of my favorite paint schemes I've ever made. So it's going to be there the whole season.
Cool.
So are you going to have her print any and sell them out there so you can keep up the sponsorship going? We'd love to have, a couple of cars up here that we could look at every week, week in and week out.
No, she's not doing that type of paper. She sells Japanese pens and paper and notebooks, planners, stuff like that.
There's a lot of money in iRacing. I mean,
she's not selling anything to TDR for their print shop, apparently.
Okay, right?
I mean, I'll talk to her, see what I can do.
Well, we'll have to talk about that behind the scenes. But I did want to say the honeycomb paint scheme, I loved it. I still think it's iconic. It speaks to you. I love how it's designed after your wife's business, right? It's so personal to you. That honeycomb bumper has to stay.
Yeah, it'll stay there, and we've dubbed it since McConey's come on, and graciously sponsored us. We're calling this car the McConey Comb. So
we haven't really had a chance to to talk since it's sunk in. So now that it's sunk in and you've gotten the actual sponsorship and you've got the benefits of the sponsorship, what's that like now?
At the moment, it's just trying to take it easy and get in with all the drivers, all the sponsor drivers at Maconi, kind of find my way into the group and see what I can do to better Maconi setup shop. And one thing that Maconi has done is, supported Pride Month with June being Pride Month. He has a rainbow-inspired paint scheme that he's running on his truck. I believe it's his Road to Pro truck. And with that, the numbers on my vehicle for the entire month of June, normally they're gold plated like the sides of the car in the rear. It's actually rainbow colored for the month of June. So supporting that, pretty much just supporting freedom. I mean, everyone should have the right to choose, who they want to be, and it's none of my business as long as it doesn't affect my life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. You can do what you want to pursue your life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. So,
Absolutely. And as
Yep.
someone who has fought for that, I think you are a better voice as to speak to what the rights other people deserve. I think it's awesome. Yeah, we pointed it out on the broadcast. Great job, Devin, having the bravery to put that on your car and
and I
deal
will
with the
speak.
BS that ensues. Right.
I will speak for Jeff. On behalf of Jeff, he thanks you for not only sponsoring sponsoring Pride Month and supporting that, and supporting him as well with his Pride Month posts. So thank you.
yeah, I appreciate
Absolutely.
it. I mean, it's not about me or anything. Just supporting all those who are fighting every day for their lifestyle. So.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Devin, we ended it on a bit of a sad note there, but a serious subject. Congratulations on the W, my friend. We got to talk to a couple guys that finished behind you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, they gave me fits, so I'm sure they'll have some good interviews.
All
But yeah,
right, bud.
As always, thank you for the show and thank you for your service.
all right, see you guys. Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks, Devin.
Have a good week.
All right, gentlemen. Tyler Boyers has left, so we will not get
Tyler
third
Bowers
place.
left. Oh man.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to get to him, but we had a lot of guys to talk to tonight. It was a big night for the veterans out here.
Shelton available?
Race 1, Season 6. Oh, we got
We
Shelton.
got to get Shelton, and we got to get our last season champion. So
We had Shelton. He
Shelton
jumped.
left.
He
Oh, no.
disconnected his radio just as we were talking about him.
All right, Ethan Thompson available?
Yeah, we got Ethan Thompson available. Another driver out there running one of those beautiful Maconi setup shop paint schemes. Ethan Thompson, is Tommy up in the booth? You got a read on us?
Yeah, I got you.
So how was it out there? We don't have access to a Shelton or a Boyer, as they were both angry enough to turn off their driver communications. You came in P4, not the race you wanted, but I mean, what was it like coming in race 1, season 6, up against these guys, running up front with them, and then not ending up where you might have wanted to be?
It was good. I wish we hadn't gotten the caution when we did, because obviously it just completely changed the way that people were going to race. It was so much fun. Ryan and Tyler and myself up there up front, battling it out, was having a ton of fun. Obviously, caution comes out and you're looking at the fuel, and I knew that um, wasn't going to make it without doing the crazy save. And if you were going to do that, you were going to have to more than likely start saving really early. How Devin did it,
Well,
kudos to him, because
we
he did
we
not
heard
start
from Devin.
saving.
We heard from Devin, and you can take this back to the garage. He was clutching it for about the last 40 laps.
Oh, so I know. I'm just saying. I know Ryan was clutching it as well, and he started saving way before Devin did. But like I said, I'm not taking anything away from Devin. I just don't know how on earth he did it. So, like I said, good for him.
Right.
But I mean, I
Can somebody
you
roll
know,
that 99 or the 93 around to the tech pad, please?
right? They had a gas can in there. We didn't know. But
They fill the fuel they fill
you
the
know,
roll cage with fuel.
and don't get me wrong. I want to win just as much as anybody, and I also want to have the most fun that I possibly can. And
Yeah.
I just felt like, personally, I just felt like if I'm gonna have to run around at like 3/4 or less throttle and clutch, which I can't even clutch because of my situation driving with my hands. I haven't figured out a good way to do that. So it's like that's kind of out of the option for
We
me
should figure that
anyway.
out. There should
Yeah.
be a button for it.
So I was racing there with Tyler. I was like, look, even if I don't get the finish I want, I'll have way more fun battling it out with Tyler than running slow the whole race. So that's what I decided to do. And then I screwed up on pit road, and the
We
reason
saw.
that I did that wasn't because I just messed up. It was because I was sitting there talking with Ryan and whatnot, and it was kind of like a last minute decision that I attempted to do something that didn't work out. I was about to try to change it to 2 tires instead of 4, and I brake with my right hand, and the mouse is obviously with my right hand also. So I took my hand off the brake to try to see if I could get it switched real fast, but then I realized that there's no way I was going to get it. So I rushed back to the brake and tried to get it slowed down before I went too far. And obviously I went too far. So that's what caused that.
Well, happens to the best of them. You've proved you can be the best of them.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Jay or Andy or Tommy. We've all raced in here, but if you pit and you're taking right tires, you can always, once you stop, you can always unclick them left tires. Am I wrong
I'm not
on
that
that?
good. I'm
Yeah,
not
you
that
can.
good. I don't know the answer.
So
Yeah,
just
you
a
can.
food for thought for you, Ethan, going down in there. If you really want to just take right tires, you can break in and let them start changing that right tires. It might work. I can't say it does. Can't say it does, but
I've never tried it, but that's a really good.
it's a good little tidbit for you. I've tried it a couple
I mean,
times. Sometimes it
case
works, sometimes
scenario,
it doesn't. So
worst case scenario, they change them all anyway. So,
yeah.
you
So
don't have anything to lose. So
I think it all comes
Well,
on depends on timing, but no, I mean,
coming in from the YouTube chat, someone who shall not be named missed the pits entirely.
Well, we know who that was because we saw it. So, but we're not gonna go
yeah,
back and rewatch the
we did
broadcast.
see that. We did see that tonight. Yeah.
I missed that, so I don't even know who we're talking about.
Well, one of your
something to look forward to
competitors
tomorrow,
missed it altogether.
Yeah,
So,
missed it all together.
Dang, like I said, I
You might have to check out the broadcast. We did catch that.
Odious Warrior is the one who missed it. So,
Well,
if you know who that is and the call sign there, then that's who it was.
Man, you still got me blanking. So that's the first time I've ever heard that call sign.
Hey man,
so.
congrats on P4, valuable points. First race, season 6. Good strong finish. Wasn't the one you wanted. We know you can win races. But congratulations on what you did, and as always, thank you for the show and thank you for your service.
Yeah, thanks,
Appreciate it,
Ethan.
guys.
Love you, bud.
You too.
Well, gentlemen,
tonight, what a
first race in the books in Charlotte.
Anybody else you want to talk to up there in the driver's lounge there, Tommy?
And I think we're good for right now. I think we're just about at time. So
Get dialed up. Let's get Ryan Walter. He finished P10. The last guy.
Well, we did lose Andy. Did you send Andy back up to the driver's lounge?
No, Andy jumped up there voluntarily. I guess he's hollering at the drivers. He was excited. He wanted to go party with Devin and them. But I did dial up Ryan Walter. It's Tommy up at the booth. You got a read on me, buddy?
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan. Welcome back to TDR. We haven't got to formally welcome you back to TDR. How you been feeling, bud? How's the knee feeling? Glad to see you back.
The knee is not doing good, but it's good enough to race and come back.
Tommy, I interrupted you there. I apologize. I just need to say a shout out to the good buddy Ryan.
No, you were good. I was giving the lead in, man. It's y'all's conversation.
Go ahead, Tommy. Fill it in. Tommy or Jay, go ahead.
Well, I got it. Ryan, man, P10, you're up there racing for the lead at one point, and then all of a sudden, you and Ryan started dropping like a box of rocks. Did you happen to get together? Did something happen for that to happen earlier on?
I don't know what happened to Ryan. Are you talking about Ryan Shelton?
Yes.
I did not get together with Ryan Shelton. I don't know what happened with him, but I know with me, I clipped the wall, slowed me down, and then again I would lightly tap the wall, come down into the grass, it slowed me down, and I wasn't in fuel save mode, so I had to pit. But I did feel good. If I didn't hit that wall, I think I'd be up there with them.
Oh, good showing for points in the top 10. That
Yeah.
gets you a handful of points that'll help you move through the season. What's your strategy going into the second race, knowing the caliber of competition and some of the mistakes you made tonight?
I'm definitely going to put in more practice on the next track. The next track's Dover, correct?
Dover. Yep, we go to
Yes.
It
Dover
is.
next week.
It is my home track for NASCAR. It's actually from where I was born and raised at. It's only an hour away.
So we should expect a strong showing by you next week.
I'm going to try my best to do a strong showing.
Yeah.
You
No
gotta
pressure
represent
whatsoever.
that
No
hometown.
pressure whatsoever.
From
Gotta
people
represent that
from
home track.
Delaware, I'm going to try to
No.
show off good, but I have not had good experiences at Dover on
Me
iRacing.
neither. Ask Andy.
Yeah, ask Andy that one. Andy's not here. I should bring him down here. Andy, how about Dover? And just see
Just
what
to
he
talk
says.
about Dover from 2020.
But I have not practiced at Dover. I would just
Nice.
do the 30-minute practice instead of practicing on my own, which I'm going to do more of this week. And
Practicing
good
solo
fun.
helps a lot.
Yeah, hit them marks and have fun.
I definitely will. It's going to be a blast, and hopefully I can compete for the championship win this year.
Oh,
I'm
you
gonna
were
try
up
my
there,
best.
man.
Yeah,
you
you
were up there
were
fighting for a W tonight.
you
We
were
were
battling
watching you.
hard up there. You and Larry Patrick were battling up there hard with everybody, and then it came down to a fuel mileage race. How did you feel about the fuel mileage in there? Everybody else seemed like they were, or we heard from Devin earlier saying he was clutching. Did you try that, or what was your strategy?
My clutch right now is broken. I'm going to get
Ah.
that fixed in my pedals, but if I could, I would have done that, but I know mine doesn't work, but other than that, I'm going to try to be more competitive next week. But I was definitely trying to get in the top 10, which I did. But
Yeah,
let's see
you did.
what happens next week.
Yep, top
Point-
10's
point-
good. Top
points are
10's good.
points.
Yep, top 10's good.
Good.
Start out the season. It's not how you start the season. It's how you end the season.
Right.
Yep, good points every race.
Yep.
All right, man.
Well, buddy, it was
we're
good to
gonna
see you
start
back out there, and you know, with the knee and everything, put a little things in there, and we can call you RoboCop, right? Since you're a Navy MP.
Well, I wish I got metal in my knee, but I didn't. But you can call me RoboCop if you want to.
Yeah, we got
RoboCop. Well,
All right,
congrats
buddy,
on the
have a good one.
P10, Ryan. You have a good night, and glad to see you out here. Can't wait to see you next week out in track.
Hopefully, I can pull out better than P10 next week, especially for Dover.
There you
All
go.
right, hang in
brother.
there, bud. You'll get it.
Yep.
I have
Practice
one.
hard. Practice hard.
Thank
I
you for
will.
the show and thank you for your service.
Thank you for your support.
Well, gentlemen, race 1, season 6 in the books. It hasn't been any less exciting than the last 5 seasons.
And it's starting off great. Devin Zimmerman, Ryan Shelton, Tyler Bowers, a new face who's gonna, we always have that one person that shows up out of nowhere and just shakes it up. And Tyler Bowers shows up tonight and shakes it up. Ethan Thompson on a roll again, bringing it home fourth. Christopher Rawling, great run, coming home fifth. Larry Patrick, sixth. Andrew Bisnett brings it home seventh. Ninth went to Robert Cochran. Or eighth went to Robert Cochran. Ninth, Chuck McDonald. Look at those two are there, no matter what, those two are always
They're
together.
by each other.
Always
It's
together.
a rivalry
Right?
breeding. It's a rivalry
Best
breeding.
friends. Best friends.
Best friends. There is absolutely, we even tried to create rivalries that is not happening up here. Everybody is best friends out there. Ryan Walter brings it home 10th. Great run on his first run back. Brian Boyd, 11th, just outside the top 10, just knocking on that door. He had one heck of a run. We talked to him earlier. Great to see him out here. Thanks
I
for
think
coming out
Brian
here.
Boyd showed up ready to race these guys and was like, "Oh my goodness, I really got to race these guys."
Yeah. I think Brian learned something tonight, that these guys are competitive, and he's gonna come out flying at Dover next week.
Yep, and those long green flag runs, right? Like a lot of the guys that sit, outside the top 5, working on that pit strategy. How do you make a
Yep.
pit strategy for green flag runs? Nothing but green flags, even at tracks where you expect a lot of yellows.
Well,
Oh,
we started out season 5 with how many miles of green flag runs? I mean, we had that rare caution tonight.
yeah, we had the
and,
one. That's about average.
We
have
had
one
that
About
one,
average.
but average is 0. I mean, technically, if you think about it,
right.
you know, we had that one caution, and like I said, season 5, we started out first 3 or 4 races. We didn't have one. You know, now we saw that first one. Maybe these guys are a little bit more competitive. They're going to race side by side. They're going to race hard. I mean, we saw Tyler and Ethan racing in the top for the first half of the race. They were racing hard, you know, all the way through the field. These guys raced hard. It was
And
fun to watch.
I
No, it
just
was
saw
pretty solid
over in
everywhere
the
tonight.
TDR Discord, Devin Zimmerman just dropped his stream if you want to see his fuel saving from his view.
There you
There you go.
go.
So you can go watch that.
So if you want to learn how to save fuel, go check it out from a race winner over in the TDR Discord.
So Jay,
Right on.
round out our rest of our field there, and we'll close this up for the night and be off to Dover.
You got it. Bradley Hunt, our in-race reporter, I was bringing home 12th. We saw him have a rough night. He hit the wall a couple of times. We were following him around. Maybe the broadcaster's curse. Not sure. Sorry, Bradley, if we did that to you. But thanks for being there for us, and thanks for coming out every week. Robin Pardon brings it home 13th. Stephen Green, 14th, also had a rough night. And Captain Paul Vosberg brings it home 15th in our last position. He must have had a bit of an issue going on because him and Stephen Green were racing for a little bit. So thank you for everybody to coming out. I mean, thank you for your service. Thank you for everything that you do. Without you, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. We
Yep.
salute you. We thank you for your service. And I am looking forward to Dover. That is also where I grew up in racing, watching the NASCAR boys for 28 years of my life. Every year for my birthday, I went there for Dover. So I'm looking forward to going back to Dover and seeing these guys hit that track next week.
Absolutely.
Tommy, final thoughts?
Well, as always, thank you to our sponsors, B&B Wraps, for providing the season trophies. That's facebook.com/b.b Racing Wraps. McConey Setup Shop for all the opportunities they're providing the veterans through season 5. You saw that logo out there on the quarter panels of the drivers who did receive that award. McConeySetupShop.com, their setups, your victories. Of course, backcharities.com, that is BACC Charities. Everyone out there, they help provide this. They help provide so many charity events. They do a lot of good outside in the real world, not just the Irish community. Go give back with back, BACCcharities.com. And, you know, going into race 1, season 6, a big shout out to Back Sports. I get to be up here in the booth with you guys on occasion. I haven't been around as much as I have, but Jay and Dustin, you guys have done a great job holding it down all through season 5. What are your thoughts going into season 6? What are you looking at? What's the most exciting thing to you guys?
Well, before we get started with that, there are actually 2 major contributors that we never ever mention, but they're there.
Yep.
And I think we should actually send a big shout out to not only YouTube being able to provide us with this to bring
Very
it to
true.
you, and to iRacing for putting on this service and trying to mimic those guys every week. Without iRacing or YouTube, this also wouldn't be possible, as well as all the other people that are in front and behind the scenes. So we never really thank them, but I think we should give them at least a shout out. I think that would be appropriate at this
No,
point.
I think that's a very beautiful thought, right? I can't even imagine what goes into the back end of YouTube, let alone the back end of iRacing. And you know, we can be nitpicky about the tire model or the damage model or whatever, or like how YouTube doesn't always work right. But the amount of work that goes in behind that, it's, you know, they actually get paid for this. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I don't get paid to be up here.
I don't get paid to be up here, but it is fun watching every single vet.
YouTube and iRacing do
Season
a
6
tremendous job.
You guys
Season
don't get paid to be up
is
here?
awesome. No, I don't. I know you
Oh,
do, but that's besides the point.
I mean, I get paid, but not in cash. Wait. All right. So when we go to the TDR track days here for July 4th, we need to compare paychecks because mine comes in a box.
Well,
All right, I'll send you the bill.
mine's not paying me to get there.
Okay, I'll send you the bill to get there. So how about that? You'll be paid for that. But no, I mean, overall, I mean, we've had
Yeah.
5 wonderful seasons with the vets and first responders. Every year, they never come out and never disappoint. Every race is something different. Every race, somebody
Yep.
else shines. We never have somebody that's just running away with it. We've had in the past 3 seasons that I've been here, we've had 3 different winners. 3 different season winners, and each one brings something else and more speed. And these guys are getting more competitive, longer runs, longer green flag runs. Racing is hard and fun to watch. I mean, you can't really. And 15 guys. I want to see 15 guys every week. I know that's probably not possible, just because I know some of these guys do have to take care of real world stuff. So I know that's not possible.
Yeah.
I'd love to see 15 out there would be optimal. If we can get a few more in there just to cover for these guys on the way off, then that would be great. But man, what a turnout tonight! What a run! Devin Zimmerman coming back. I mean, that's just if it's going to be like this all season, it's gonna
It
be
was
fun
phenomenal to watch tonight. That's for sure.
Huge battle back, and he has asserted his dominance. I think after tonight, he is easily a fan favorite to take it all home and get another trophy board to put next to that season 4 one for B&B Wraps. Like,
We got a long season ahead of us. I mean, we got some road courses in there. We're gonna have some fun. I mean, to
a
let
new one too.
to let the viewers know what's coming up in the next weeks for the rest of the season. And next week we go to Dover. The week after that we go to Daytona Night Racing. Then we go to Vegas, Nashville Fairgrounds, Phoenix, Pocono on July 25th. We start out in August at Sonoma. We go to
New track.
Kansas. Yeah, Sonoma's a new track, and Biznet, which is our admin for the race that designs these races, he loves his road track. Sonoma, it's a new track to us. It's a new track to us at TDR. Not a lot of us have raced it, but NASCAR has raced there a lot.
Oh yeah.
After Sonoma, we go to Kansas. Then we hit some short track at Martinsville. Then we hit the high banks, or I don't know what you guys want to call it, at Indianapolis. I don't know if they're high banks or they're just fast banks. And then
it's a square, not an oval.
it's a square, yeah.
Say,
And then we
that's
hit
not flat.
Richmond. Then we hit Richmond, another short track. And then we hit Talladega at the high banks, and we round out the season. The last few seasons, we round out at Atlanta. We round out the season this year at Michigan.
And what a race!
What a race that was
it's gonna
last
be
night
tough.
in Gas and Go in TDRJ. I know you were involved in that.
Yes, I was.
That's going to be a whole different field at the end of the season here for the TDR Vets and First Responders League. I'm looking forward to it. I know you guys are. Tommy, it's
Oh, yeah.
always a pleasure to have you in the booth with us. But
Absolutely.
Michigan at the end of the season, I can't wait for a couple weeks at Daytona and then Talladega, because we saw a banger race a few weeks ago when they were at a super speedway. Was it Daytona or Talladega?
We were at Daytona.
We were
and
at
I'm not
Daytona,
gonna
that
go for
race.
it. I'm not going to go into it. You got to go back and watch it. I'm
Yeah.
not going to give any
Go-
spoilers if you didn't see it.
Go
But
back and watch
it.
that. 3 weeks
Man,
was
that
that
was
3 or
a
4 weeks
awesome-
ago. Watch that race. That race was phenomenally awesome. But I'm excited for Sonoma coming up later at mid-season, right after mid-season. I'm excited for that. We're going to a few tracks these guys have never seen here in the Vets and First Responders League. I'm so pumped for what's coming up. It's going to be an amazing season.
Yeah, I'm fired
No,
up.
Dover is not a
7
night race,
days.
Puppet Master. Dover is a regular race.
Well, we could put Dover at night. Just got to put some headlights on there, not stickers.
But no, I mean, but yeah, I mean, what a season!
It's going to be
Great.
fun.
What a great beginning, because
Yeah.
we've seen what these guys can do. There was action in the beginning. The guy that we thought was out of it ends up winning it.
Right.
There were action all over the
I
track.
never counted
There
them
were
out.
two,
For the
three
record, I never
wide.
counted them out.
There were 2, 3 wide. I mean, we got people that are picking up last season.
You
New guys
can't.
coming in the mix. You can't argue. That was a
You-
great race tonight.
You
Yeah,
can't.
I'm looking forward to race 2. 6 days, 7 days from now.
You
7
can't.
days
Absolutely.
from now.
You can't count out Devin Zimmerman, even though he has a little early race incident. He's gonna fight his way back, and I mean, season 4 winner, right? Season 4
Yeah.
Season
winner.
4, yep. Season winner.
You
yeah.
know, I mean, you got a lot of things going on here in the end, and this is just race 1.
Yep.
We
The
got
drama,
a
the
lot of
drama's
races to
unfolding
go.
as fast as the action.
I can't get more excited about this. I don't know about you guys. Like I said, Tommy, I love having you in the booth. Jay, you call out races better than anybody I know.
Oh,
Yep.
thank you.
I mean, this is
Appreciate that.
exciting as heck. I cannot wait for next week. I don't want the
Oh, yeah.
weekend to end, but I can't wait for Monday to come.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
Thank you, Jim, for the great shout out. But believe us, we do this for our pleasure, because it's not only fun to call these things, but it's fun to watch. I mean, I'm
It's the
loving
best
calling
job
these
in
guys.
iRacing. It's
This
the
is
best
like
job
It
in
is.
iRacing.
ever calling these guys out there and shouting out to everybody in all services firefighters, EMTs. Let's fill out this field. Let's pay homage to these guys. Thank you very much, Brian Boyd. I appreciate you putting on that Mission 22. That is a very, very great cause.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can work something out with TDR. Everybody out there, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification button. You'll notice when we go live. If you don't like it, somebody else might. Hit that share button, share it with as many people as you know. Let's get our word out there. Let's get these viewers up, and let's give something back to the not only back, but let's give back to these vets and first responders. And that's the only way that we know how. So from that, I'm going to sign off out of here. We can go to Dover next week. I'd be more than happy to call you guys next week. Tommy, take us out, and Devin or Dustin.
Tommy, last words.
I've got nothing more to say. I have used more words during this broadcast than most others. Season 6 is looking tremendous. Tons of action up front. Came down to pitch strategy at the end. Had us guessing the whole time. And like Jay said, the guy that got started at the back now, I've supported him. I knew he would do it, and he did it. All the way from last place, coming into 7 laps in to the victory. Congratulations to Devin Zimmerman. Dustin, what are you looking forward to next week?
Tommy, all I'm gonna say is that you lost for words makes me lost for words.
Right.
I love you to death. I love having you in the booth. Jay, I love you too. I've already said that too. We've had some fun up here.
Love you, brother.
I cannot wait to see you guys next week in Dover. We'll have these 15 guys out here racing hard. Let's get like a 6-car pack battling that all the way through to the end. Cannot wait for Dover next week. With that, we'll see you guys next week in Dover. And we're out.
So